when was that storm? Sunday? The storm on Sunday or Saturday? Well, storm on Saturday, sugar ants on Sunday.
Hey, I found an ant in the kitchen yesterday.
In the kitchen of the office here?
Of my house.
Oh, I'm telling you, I think it's like there's colonies and different things being dispersed and washed out and then moved, and then they're like, hey, I forgot there's bananas up there or whatever the heck.
Well, is it if you find one ant?
They're everywhere.
There are many ants.
Oh, yeah. We have about 6 million, I would say, in our kitchen. Well, we did on Sunday/Monday. We put out them things. And, dude, I have to tell I said this before, and I know you're going to give me stuff.
Go ahead. Oh, you rescue everyone and you bring them outside?
No.
They're just coming back in.
If we could, we would. But I'm telling you, my wife and I actually had a conversation about, because she said for the first time that I've heard, she goes, man, I feel bad. Because we put out those ant traps, and it's supposed to, like, it doesn't even, like, trap them. They eat some awesome thing that makes them feel great, and then they take it back to the colony and kill the rest of them.
Yeah.
And,
F them.
And she said, man, I feel terrible. And I said, why? And she said, about the ants thing. I was like, I know. Isn't it weird?
It's not AUNTS. Tell her. It's ANTS.
Oh, listen. It feels weird knowing that you're responsible for killing about 1 million.
And that nursery in there is all those little baby ants with diapers and
ant genocide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's mean.
I know it sounds silly.
I would never.
It is silly.
Okay. I understand.
They haven't been invited inside.
I understand your position. I'm just telling you how I feel.
I saw one ant falling on the floor yesterday in the kitchen. I went, damn it. If you see one, usually they don't go rogue and just send one out like a scout.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm going to report back to the colony. This seems like a good place. Everybody come on. Usually, right, it's one of many.
Mm-hmm.
We've been having, over the past couple of weeks, a fly problem
in
the house.
Yeah, we had one or two. Our dog likes to think that they're birds, though, so she goes after them. Eventually, she'll catch them and eat them.
Yeah. Well, and I tried the home remedies, like the home, going onto the internet, you look up different things to do. It's like put vinegar in a bowl with dish soap and then put cellophane over the top and poke holes. This way the the flies go in the cellophane, they drown.
That's for fruit. That's for fruit flies.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fruit flies. And
I thought you were talking about house flies.
Flies, you want to cut the bottle in half, turn it upside down, put honey in there, water, and I forgot the other little ingredient, and then you tape it up, and they get stuck in that.
I don't know. I tried everything. I have one of those bug assault guns.
Fruit flies. That's a fruit fly remedy, right?
And flies.
Or all flies.
That works for all flies?
I think so. That's what it said on the internet.
I got one of those bug assault guns, that shoot these salts, which is fun. My dogs don't appreciate it.
They don't like it?
No. Anytime I try to shoot one of the flies, the dogs go nuts.
You do that?
To bite me.
You do that inside?
Hell yeah, I do.
I always thought of that as like a camping.
No.
Oh no, I'm inside stalking these things out.
Yeah, mine's on my refrigerator, just ready.
Really?
Oh, right. If you got to see in my house, I got to take the bug assault gun out, so it shoots table salt.
Yeah.
Wow. And you cock it and you stalk these flies out when they land, and you just nobody move. I'm hunting flies, and you assassinate them.
Yeah.
They don't know it's coming.
We used to catch them with our hands. Still do, but we used to catch them with our hands. Take a long hair. You ask whoever's got long hair in the room to give you a hair. And then you tie it in like a half, just like one little half knot.
Mm-hmm.
And you put it around its neck, and then you have it on a leash. And that was always the fun thing we did as kids. That's a Hoosier. That's
what?
Hoosier entertainment. But that's what we would do.
To tie a hair around a fly's neck?
Yeah. And then you would take a piece of gum, and you put the piece of gum on a table, and you put the other end of the hair on it, and then it's just...
Is that something that actually happened? Like you've actually done that?
I did it a couple months ago.
It's the original cable TV.
I don't know, Grandpa. That sounds
How
tall
do you do
tale.
that?
Tall tale, huh?
Well, have you ever seen
right.
like the locusts?
I want to see pictures of that.
I've never heard of that in my life.
The next time you see a fly in here, just let me know. I'll catch it.
You gotta get one of Scott's hairs.
That's that's beyond perfect.
You catch it chopsticks?
That's a longer. No, never caught it with chopsticks. But they're much easier to catch. I know it sounds like a ridiculous thing, but once somebody taught us, our cousin taught us how to do it when we were kids. And once you figure it out, you go, oh, this is fun.
Well, maybe there's a trick to it I don't know about.
Yeah. There is a trick.
Yeah, the easy version's a locust. You catch a locust, you do the same thing, and it is...
But a fly, you can't get close enough without them flying away.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I assure you, it can be done. I'll show you by the end of the month. Show me a fly.
I went and bought one of these because I couldn't kill all the flies with the stupid bug assault gun, and my home remedies didn't work, so I went to the Amazons, and I bought this. You plug it in. It's like a purple light, and on the back of the purple light, it's got like a sticky thing. So the flies are attracted to the light, and they get stuck on the back of this.
Oh, okay. So
sticky
it's
thing.
fly tape.
It's fly tape, but it's not like having hanging.
Yeah, right.
That
fly
buzzer
paper, which
thing?
is really, yeah. Which is Hoosier to have, fly paper hanging from the ceiling of your
It's
kitchen.
so nasty looking. Because it was never like it always looked like it was goopy. And,
Oh, it's great. And you could
it was
see
like,
them, and you could see the flies stuck to the fly paper.
I think what
and
hurt
it's
that
disgusting
business
looking.
was the movie Seven. Whenever you walked in that one apartment, and there was all those fly things hanging down, it was so
Fly paper?
gross.
Well, you plug this thing in, and it's a purple light. So when
Right.
the lights are out, it works better at night. When the lights are out, the
Yeah.
flies get attracted to it, and the next morning, you look and you
It
go,
works.
"Oh man,
wow. And it doubles
Really?
as a nightlight in the house.
doubles as a nightlight."
That's great.
So it really worked?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, what do you do with them? You just let them suffer, or you let
I'm
them
gonna let them
outside?
suffer.
Aren't they just stuck?
Yeah. By the time I get downstairs in the morning, they're dead.
Oh, they are. Oh,
Oh yeah. F them flies. F them.
okay.
Anyway, Rafe went to the baseball game yesterday. Did the Battle of Bush. It was your first Battle of Bush.
Yeah, man. It was cool. It was fun.
And Battle of the Bands, but only one band played yesterday.
One
so
band.
That's fine.
Hell of a battle.
Did they win?
It was a toss-up. No,
Well-
they were really good.
Well, they used their score, and
Yeah,
that first
yeah.
round, and
It's
then
like a full blown.
that score is compared to the other scores of bands that played the first round.
They were good. Some young cats called Blonde Guru.
But at least it wasn't 5,000 degrees.
No, it was actually not. The upside to having like 107-degree temperatures for 2 weeks or whatever was that 89 felt reasonable.
Yeah.
And when it would not have under any other circumstances.
Like it was nice enough yesterday evening. We ate outside, no problem. But I was like, damn, of all the days for Rafe to do his first Battle of Bush up there on the Bud Light Terrace, it's not 4,000 degrees out. Like,
No,
you had
it
a
wasn't
good
bad.
experience that first time.
Yep, it tricks you.
And
And
the
the rain
radio
held
station, the rain held off. The radio station gave you parking, which has never
What the
happened to
heck?
any of us.
Yeah. Right in Ballpark Village.
Got to park in Ballpark Village,
That's
VIP
amazing.
parking.
Got out of there quick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Quick exit.
I left a little early.
Well, yeah.
Things
we gotta
things
get
went
up early.
south around the 7th.
Yeah, the Cardinals did not reign victorious last night, but that's nothing uncommon.
Even with all
for
those
this
new
season.
trades?
But so the behind the scenes here thing is, so we do these Battle of Bush, Battle of Bands contests, and as a reward for us for going and judging, they give us passes to the Champions Club to have dinner. And the Champions Club, I forget what level it's on.
2?
Level 2. It's nice. It's a ticketed thing. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. It's really nice in there. Like it's
AC.
a bar, right? It's open. Is it open bar? It's open bar.
Yep.
Open bar, all you can eat, like really nice spread. And that's your first time up there, Rafe.
That was my first time up there. Yep. It was cool.
And I want you to take us through. You walk into the Champions Club. You're famished.
Okay.
You're ready to go. Ready to grab some food.
I'm exhausted from judging this
from
band.
Judging, yes, it takes it all out of you. I get it.
I could barely walk. I was weak.
Now, did you take a lap first before you settled on getting food, or do you just grab a plate and you go, all right, let's
No, I went full Golden Corral style. In fact, Orlandez,
Give us a tour.
Orlandez from the
from the promo department?
promo department was the other person from Hubbard there, and he was like, yeah, you piled it on. And I go, yeah, I don't care if they know who I am in here. I'm going to show them. I'm not trying to be tedious. And they had turkey carving. Went to the carving station first. That's got to be my first stop because that has to take up the most real estate if it's good. If they're carving out prime rib or something, I'm going all in. It was a turkey and gravy carving station. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. Then I moved over to the buffet, the entree, and it was like a Hawaiian chicken, some sort of Hawaiian chicken with rosemary potatoes, string beans. They had like a shrimp linguine,
Okay.
kind of like in a garlic parm sauce.
Yeah.
That was good. Although it had big, full-size like baby tomatoes in it. And I think we talked about this the other day. There's something about like a hot tomato, like a full tomato.
Yeah.
When
They
it's
didn't cut
hot.
them in half.
Nah.
Really?
Yeah, if you got a hot mini tomato and
It's just too
you
much.
bite into it and it bursts in your mouth.
Yeah, it's too much.
And that sounds very sexy.
It's too much. That's not on them. That's just the nature of the tomato.
Yeah. They could cut them in half, so it kind of is on
Something
them.
like dejuice them, yeah. Something. But anyway, small complaint on the road to glory. Did all that. Then they had a nacho bar.
Yeah.
Who could use it?
Standard nacho bar.
They had a brat and hot dog bar.
Yeah, standard.
Got me a brat. Got me some nachos.
Okay, so on your brat, because they got all the fixings too.
Yeah.
I think they got like grilled onions. They got sauerkraut. They got no grilled onions.
I'll die.
No flavor.
Oh, that's right. You don't do onions.
Onions kill me. Onions are.
Onions will
my
kill
kryptonite.
Rafe. I forgot about
Got
that.
everything else though. Relish,
Relish mustard.
ketchup. What else do they have? They
Well,
had
I'm
something
glad
else.
Moon's back on the
Pickles.
relish train.
Back on. This is.
Oh, your first time.
Yeah.
I'd never tried it.
Hey, welcome aboard.
It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
It's a good train to be on.
You know, it's wild. It's one of those foods. It's one of those things where even if I'm not looking for it, if I open the fridge and I see it, I don't know where it lives or where it's supposed to live, but I've been putting it above the vegetable drawer, but under the main, whatever you call that, shelf.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little gap there for like yogurts and crap. And it sits in there. So it faces the door. I kind of see it every time I open it. And it's one of those where I look at it and I go, oh,
All right.
oh look at that.
That's relish
I
over
like
there,
that,
huh,
buddy?
stuff.
I'll be honest. They also had salads. Didn't.
Salads. Come on, man.
Nice try.
With all that protein.
It looked good. They had like a big Caesar salad.
They
sitting
do
there,
have great
but
salads there.
That wasn't my aim. You have to prioritize when you're. in
Rafe's
that
looking to beat the house.
Yeah. I'm trying to beat the
free
house.
ticket.
Even though he didn't pay for it, he's still trying to beat the house.
Well, I'm on behalf of Hubbard. I'm representing my company when I go there.
It's very thoughtful.
Nah, you're welcome, Hubbard. And then, I think that was it as far as the main courses went, which is a lot.
Yeah.
And then they had a dessert tray, some gooey butter cake.
Did you get a brownie?
They did not have brownies.
Oh, that is.
Well,
Oh, you know what?
was
They had
late.
paninis. I'm like, I'm missing something. I got a panini too.
But no brownies. You actually seeked out the brownies.
Because they're
Saw it.
underneath. They're on the lower level.
And did not
usually.
find them?
No, they're not.
Yeah. There's like I think it's by the main, where they have the carving station, all that, and then usually
Yeah.
underneath there.
What do you mean underneath there?
Like there's a.
It's in view. Like it's eye level.
They had gooey butter cake instead of brownies, I
Wow,
think.
that's a
Some of
big
that.
mistake.
Yeah,
did they
that's
get
a
rid of
bummer.
that?
Big mistake.
Did they
And I'll
get rid
be-
of that?
No.
Was there a brownie
I
choice?
haven't been to a game this season.
I sought it out
No, I did go to a
based
game
on
this season.
your recommendations, and
They're triangles.
no,
Oh God, they're perfect.
I was bummed.
It's funny,
what I
didn't see
tried
you
to
the
do?
last game I went to.
Oh man, I'm really sorry for you. I feel bad. I feel bad you missed out on that. We've
Yeah.
been talking about it
Boy,
for
the
a
Cardinals really blew it
decade.
this season.
Wow, yeah. No
This is
kidding.
the issue if that's the case.
In almost
We
every
need some,
aspect.
We need pitching and brownies.
My only complaint really was at the dessert table, besides them not having brownies, was I tried to make up for it, and I'm like, well, I saw like a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie and then like an M&M cookie, and I'm like, I'll grab those.
Yeah.
Whatever. Nice little soft cookie. Them cookies was hard, dude.
Oh, no, the
boy.
illusion of
The
softness.
illusion of softness, and they looked great. Like on the tray, I'm like, yo, those look good. And then got the illusion of softness, and then you bite in, and it just like exploded in like a chalk bag,
Oh, that's upsetting.
Oh, no.
That's so upsetting.
like a LeBron bite, like when LeBron does his hands.
It's chalk hands.
Yeah, that's what taking a bite of that cookie was like.
I know exactly what
Chalk
you're talking
table.
about. You think it's the illusion of
Good.
moisture,
And that's
but it's not.
and that right there is why you look for sweaty cookies. That's why I'm always talking about the sweaty
Ooh.
cookies. No. There's no ooh. There's no surprises.
No,
you get a sweaty
like
cookie,
he's
you know
not
it's
talking about
moist.
like beads of sweat.
No, I'm saying like when you flip it over, like
Yeah,
when you
it's
see those
underneath.
individually wrapped ones and you flip it over and it looks wet on the bottom. It's like it's been sweating.
These were out.
Oh baby.
These were out.
Man.
Now we do
These were raw
have
dog.
a Golden Corral trip coming up as a show. We're going on the 14th. As a show, going to cross one of the items off my bucket list is going to Golden Corral, which I appreciate you all being there for that. Mm-hmm. I have done research as far as trying to beat the house for Golden Corral. How does one attack a buffet? How to get your money's worth at an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Steer clear of the pasta,
Well,
right?
the salads, I guess.
Well, here are some internet tips. First, you got a pre-buffet. You need to prepare
Stretch.
to go to the buffet. So number one is stay hydrated. Throughout the day, drink water to stretch your stomach. Just like exercising, Scott, you must stretch in order to prepare for any rigorous activity. And yes, eating. And it will be rigorous at the Golden Corral on the 14th. Number two is prepare your stomach. Again, this is all pre-buffet.
Okay.
Prepare your stomach. Eat a light meal. Eat a light meal before your all-you-can-eat experience. So we'll be going for lunch, so I will have a light breakfast.
Man.
I will tell the people from the omelet station, hey, you have the day off. You have the day off. You don't need to come in today. Number three, move around, do some exercises, lose those calories now so you can eat them back later. Now, when you're at the buffet, number one is your browse. You look at all the selections before eating. Do not be overwhelmed because it can be overwhelming. I've never stepped into a Golden Corral. I don't know what I'm going to be looking at.
You're saying you need to make a plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have to have a strategy.
Totally. I may even bring pen and paper with me.
Make goals, stick to those goals.
Apparently, they had all the brownies last night at the party suite. At the party suites at Busch Stadium. Didn't save anything for the Champions Club.
Because I
That's
heard
on
the
you,
brownie
Carlos.
crops are doing good this year. I didn't think they were.
Number two, as far as tackling a buffet, when you're there, is to plan what you want to eat before just, I'll take some of this, I'll take some of this, I'll take some of this. This is where my pen and paper is going to come in. Then you got to eat slowly. Enjoy the food. Slow eating, yes, benefits to the body. It allows you to be more conscious of the food and helps you avoid overeating. You also got to keep moving. Walk around for quicker digestion. Okay, and of course, end the day off with soft serve ice cream. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they have that at Golden Corral?
I assume so, man. I haven't been in a long time.
Soft
Like this
serve.
is, I don't know. This is like taking you back to my hometown after being gone for 10 years. There may be some businesses boarded up at this point. I don't know.
Soft serve. Is
We're
that
going in together. I can give you the basic lay of the land here, okay? I can keep you alive, all right? I have flown many successful missions in a Golden Corral, but I haven't been in country in a while. So, you know, things change. New militias take over. Who knows what's going on in there? It could be Lord of the Flies in there, literally and figuratively. It is a Golden Corral.
Now they say
I told you the last time I went, I watched a kid dip a Rice Krispie treat into the chocolate fountain, take a bite, and dip it back in.
Yes.
So it's the Wild West.
it is. It is. I expect that.
soft serve? Is that what McDonald's would you describe McDonald's
it's
as?
the-
Yes.
The machine.
Dude, I saw a thing yesterday. I can't pass this up because I gotta mention it. I don't see it being applicable in any other conversation. I saw a thing where this gal ordered like 5 or 6 cones of McDonald's ice cream, right? Vanilla cones. So you know how it swirls is about
I
this
know
big.
exactly what we're talking about. This is a new hack, apparently.
You seen this?
Yeah.
So she had like one of those plastic like casserole, like something you'd refrigerate something like a lasagna in or something.
Yeah.
And she puts them in there and crushes up all the cones and the ice cream, and then gets the McDonald's cookies, which I haven't had a McDonald's cookie in, I don't know, a couple decades. But if they're anything like the Lion's Choice cookies, they're like that Otis Spunkmeyer, whatever the heck it is, kind of sweaty. If they're good, they're kind of sweaty and soft. Put those in, crush those in. Now, what else did she
Apple
crush in?
pies.
She crushed in the apple pies? I didn't get that
Well,
far.
that's one version of it. So you get a whole bunch of these ice cream cones from McDonald's.
Yeah.
And you basically take all their desserts they have.
And just
Because they
crush
got
them in?
that McDonald's apple pie, the cookies. They also
Why are you
have
making
some
that
kind
face?
of
It
Oreo
just seems-
thing.
Nasty.
What? It seems incredible.
Well,
like you cover
hey, the place
Basically,
you're
just
talking
crush
about.
it all up into a container.
the ice cream, the cone, and the cookies all together. I mean, that sounds beautiful. I mean, that's an ice cream sandwich. It's one of those ice cream sandwiches, basically. You're just kind of making it yourself and put it in a casserole.
Maybe
style.
for like Andy's or something.
Well, okay, pick your favorites. But I'm just saying, like, that kind of sounds. I don't know, man. As gross as it may be, I was looking at it going, oh.
You're not going there for.
I'll try that. I'll
You're
try
not going
that.
to eat this for health reasons. You're eating it because.
But is she eating it by herself, or is this the thing?
No,
that
this
she's
is
sharing?
like a family thing.
That makes it a little better, I guess. I was just picturing this moron eating all that.
I mean, I don't know if it's what you call a hack. They're calling it a TikTok hack.
Whatever.
It's throwing everything basically into a trough.
Yeah, like
crushing it up.
Casserole, McDonald's dessert casserole. And I'm assuming you can do this with anything. But I will say, because of the way that she was mashing up the cones into that particular whatever it is, because I know it's not ice cream, I know it's not, it's like the shake stuff. I know it's like some particular special concoction that McDonald's has. But that stuff is good.
Yeah.
They were also dipping French fries into it. I mean, if you want to add gluttony on top of gluttony,
it made
start
me
dipping
miss
fries into there.
It made me miss that kind of fake ice cream stuff, whatever it is, because you got to admit there's some weird silky texture to it, but there's still this kind of like, I don't know, grit or something.
So it's like the new horseshoe.
Kind of.
Yeah, they put fries into theirs because they thought a sweetened salty kind of combo was good, and they said it was right. Yeah, I mean, it's a big Tupperware tub,
and they're bringing it into McDonald's too.
Well, it's in their car.
Yeah, they did it in the car. But like those fancy places that give you the big melted cookie with like ice cream on top of it.
Listen, I get
multiple spoons for the family. It's kind of like the McDonald's version of that.
Okay.
But I just wanted to talk about it because I saw it and I didn't know that you saw it, and I was like,
yeah.
For some reason, watching it, even as gross and just like homemade and nasty as it was, I was like,
yeah.
I could go for that right
There's
now.
no way these women were not high, by the way. This is a 100% high deal.
Yeah. See, it
That's where
sounds
the
better when
KFC
you
bowl
share.
came from. I don't care what anybody says. When that KFC bowl came out, where I was like, oh, I've made that drunk in my kitchen. Drunk and high in my kitchen in the middle of the night so many times.
Mashed potatoes, corn.
There's a bowl and the chicken and then the corn. It's just like stir in the gravy. It's just like a big.
It's a high idea.
Turns into like an astronaut paste of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
But wouldn't that, with the tubs, the buffet tubs, wouldn't that be a perfect dessert bar type thing for a Golden Corral?
Oh, yeah.
Or a Ponderosa or a ground
Kids,
round?
get your tubs.
Yeah, and it's just ice cream with the cone mashed in.
Already
with the-
mashed in.
With the cookies
Yeah,
mashed
sounds
in.
better
And you just take a big
sharing.
old slop spoon.
Doesn't Ben & Jerry's kind of do that already? Like, that's basically their ice cream is that.
You're right. They do
but-
have some with
But I'm not asking for Ben & Jerry's. I'm asking for this cheap crap. Whatever it is this faux ice cream.
Listen, there's
Whatever McDonald's
Whatever
serves.
that is. It's almost like a whip.
Man, I don't know. I thought you were telling this lady was eating it for herself, and it just sounded horrendous.
No, turn another
Okay.
woman.
That makes it a little better.
But there are variations of it. You just take all the desserts and mash it up in a container. That's it is.
Okay.
Well,
Pretty clever.
we fast forwarded to dessert past a very important tip that was not mentioned on that list that I got to give you before you go.
Well, I wasn't done. It was, avoid starting with filler foods like
Boom.
pasta, bread, and rice.
Bang.
They say go back for the carbs later. Mm-hmm. You want to start with the pasta and you want to start with the bread first, but you got to go for the proteins first.
I'm even going to say no bread. No bread.
I love bread.
You do, but there's better bread than buffet bread.
That's a
Good
fifth
point.
time he said I love bread
This morning.
We were talking about it in the kitchen.
What was the sandwich place we found out about yesterday?
Vivoli's or something.
Vivoli.
And I was like, man, we got to try
man.
that place. Everybody was talking about it yesterday.
And I said, I'm breads are killing me.
You ramped into it so quickly. You go, yeah, those pictures look really good, but I'm trying to avoid bread. I just love bread.
I love bread
is
so
killing me.
much.
That's what you did. You ramped into bread.
I love
is
it
killing
so
me.
much. Go right for the carving station. If you want to beat the house at a buffet,
Told you.
right to the meat. Boom. Go to the meat.
And I believe Golden Corral, last time I was there, they do the whole, they'll cook you up a steak right in front of you. They got like a station where you go and you ask. Now, they won't give you the whole thing. They'll give you like half of a house sirloin or something. And they have that. I think they have like 2 stations like that where there's somebody cooking to order.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
I hope that that's still true.
That is fancy.
Because that is where you beat the house at Golden Corral. You go, you get the Angus steak, and you keep going back. And don't worry about the way the guy's looking at you. Don't make eye contact.
Just hold your plate out.
You're there.
And grunt and go, yeah, and you point to what you want. Medium. Medium rare.
That's a big one.
Also, avoid sugary drinks. Those are just extra calories you could be using for actual food. Prioritize the foods you do not usually eat for the beginning. I say trying new food is always fun. But post-buffet, you may be in a food coma. Just accept it.
Yeah.
Dream about all the delicious foods you ate. and understand what foods you would like for the next time you go back.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Still a tip missing. I think it's important.
Well,
This is huge. You have to avoid the guilt because it's hard. Because it's hard for me because I grew up. I'm gonna clean your plate house, where if you take something, you eat it. You got to get small. It's hard at first because you're like, "Ooh, those mashed potatoes look good. Oh, dang, that mac and cheese looks good. Oh, that looks good." And then you pile your plate with big portions on the first trip, and then you try something and it's not bad, but it's not amazing. But you go ahead and power through a couple more bites of it because you feel bad about the amount you're leaving on your plate. So now those are wasted bites, dude. That's wasted macaroni. That's wasted. Maybe the mashed potatoes didn't hit right.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen. So you do little, tiny sample sizes on your first plate, and you figure out what you like. And then you don't be afraid to push that plate away and let her, because there's a lady there, and she's just there. She's a shame remover. She just takes it away. She's not necessarily a server as much as
she literally throws your shame away or takes it out of sight.
She is a shame midwife. She is there to take the shame away from you. You just push the plate away, you go back to the buffet, and it's just gone when you get back. It's just gone. You don't know what happened to it.
The shame fairy came.
Shame fairy came. That's right.
That's awesome.
And
you just leave her $2 at the end of the meal.
That's key, because what will happen is you get some big portions on your first plate. Now you've taken 9 to 12 unnecessary bites, minimum, sometimes up to 20. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a full meal.
That's a lot. That's a steak.
My buddy reminds me, I do have to buy everybody sweatpants. I will be buying everybody gray sweatpants.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You better give me some Kirklands or something like that.
Oh, well, they'll be Costco brand.
Get me the kind with like the pregnancy spandex in the front.
Everybody's going to get sweatpants.
It's going to be nice.
I got to buy extra short for Lern.
And since this is a steak place, do we need to wear a button up as well, tuck it into
I think you'll be
sweatpants?
okay. I think you'll be okay without it.
Okay.
Maybe a bolo.
Mike says to beat the house at Golden Corral, you load up at the carving station, then you hit the shrimp.
Mike, I like your style.
Carving station, then you hit the shrimp. Get the shrimp up.
I don't know why. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with seafood there.
But it's not
shrimp.
I
I
almost consider shrimp not seafood.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip it. I'll grab.
But I bet it
for
moves
you.
pretty quick there.
You're not eating raw oysters.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just.
I'll do cocktail shrimp damn near anywhere. Because I'm like, that just came out of a freezer. You know what I mean? Like, I agree with you. I think cocktail shrimp is its own food group. It's not even seafood.
Technically, yes. Technically, this thing came from a body of water.
Yes.
I'm looking for the veggie slaps, like the big old greasy sauced up. I don't know what the hell this is, zucchini and something else. You know, like there's onions
Swimming in
and
butter
and pepper. I don't know. Yeah, it's just like it's swimming in something.
Swimming in
it's
something.
It's like this gelatinous, like goopy kind.
Mark says we're doing it wrong. I mean, it's
What?
For him, the breakfast buffet is way greater than the lunch buffet.
What time does
I
that
don't know.
end?
I don't know if we're going to make breakfast.
Let me find out the hours here. Or is it one of those you can have either all the time?
Well,
or
that
maybe,
would be
maybe
awesome.
if we get there for the magical time where they turn the breakfast into lunch,
That would be neat to
where
see.
we get a little. Not many people see that.
You
the little guy with the top hat and his wand, and he.
Boom, check it.
You straddle the gap. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe we should straddle the gap.
Okay, so this says it opens at 11. So certainly.
Yeah.
Wait, what opens at 11? The whole place opens at 11?
Or is he thinking of Bob Evans, right? They have a breakfast buffet thing.
Endless
Is that what he's
buffet
thinking?
menus. Our menus offer unmatched variety.
There's a breakfast buffet. I got it pulled up right now.
Maybe is that just for
Breakfast
like, the weekends?
buffet menu. Weekend breakfast is served at some of our franchise locations. Items and availability may vary, but they do have it. It is a hookup. It looks good.
But we're going on a Tuesday, so I don't know if they offer that on a Tuesday.
Check it. Lunch buffet. Boom. Here we go. I'm going to roll through this quick. Hot lunch favorites. Steak burger bar. Bourbon Street chicken. Awesome pot roast. Meatloaf. Fried chicken. Fried fish. Baked fish. Manager's choice. Featured pork entree. Pot pie and chicken and noodle dumplings and pizzas.
See those noodle dumplings? That's all filler. I'm gonna
Yeah.
avoid
And
those.
pizza. The
Pizza,
pizza there is
yes.
100% filler.
I'm
I
sure.
fell for that as a kid.
I'm going to be curious as to where they put that on the buffet.
I fell for that.
Hot lunch sides. Broccoli, carrots, green beans, Brussels sprouts, corn cabbage, beans, mashed potatoes and gravy, scallop potatoes, homestyle stuffing, sweet corn pudding, rice, Mexican rice, refried beans, macaroni and cheese, Italian pasta, baked soup of the day, baked potato bar with toppings, yeast rolls with honey butter.
I'll bet you they put the pastas and like the pizzas up first.
Oh.
So when you roll through, you're like,
Oh, yeah.
filler.
Packing peanuts. Mm.
Desserts. They got a bread pudding. I'm interested in that. I want to know what's up with that. Bread pudding. Somebody let me know in the comments if they've had the bread pudding or if that'll put me in a coma. Banana pudding, fudge, fruit cobbler, pumpkin pie, assorted cookies, cupcakes, carrot cake, chocolate chips, soft serve vanilla ice cream cones, hot fudge, strawberry topping, assorted candy toppings, Rice Krispie treat skewers. Be careful there, boys. I know what I've
that's
seen.
the fountain?
That's the skewers in the fountain. I don't know if the fountain's still going on, but there's a different dinner buffet. The carving station is at the dinner buffet.
I don't want to hear about dinner. I want to focus on lunch. So,
Well, I'm just saying they do have sirloin steak. I didn't see it on the lunch buffet, but we're
gonna rock the lunch buffet.
We're gonna rock it hard.
Yeah, I guess breakfast is only on the weekends because it's at 7:30 Friday, Saturday.
You gotta know what you're getting into. Somebody in the chat asked if I ever went to the Bonanza in Benton, Illinois, and I just
fancy.
want you to know. I've talked about it on the show before. My Uncle Gene owned Roadley's Steakhouse in DuQuoin, Illinois, and Benton, Illinois. And he used to do commercials as Cowboy Dan, the Circle R Man, and he could do backflips. I have old commercials of my uncle going like, "Come on down to Circle R Steakhouse where you'll flip." And he does a flip for our buffet prices. So, no, short answer, I would have been ostracized for my entire family if I'd eaten at the Bonanza in Benton. So I did not.
Home of the enemy.
Ken says Golden Corral rolls and honey butter. I guess they put those on every table. Amazing.
Honey butter.
Honey butter is a winner.
That's how they get you. I'm not falling for it.
So it's
Now they said honey butter, and now I got to try one, bro.
It's a weekends only buffet as far as the breakfast.
This
goes.
is making me think I was pretty wealthy as a kid because about 2 blocks away was a Bonanza, and then the other direction about 2 or 3 blocks away was a Ryan Steakhouse. So we were in a nice area. A lot of buffets.
Moon, how do you feel about, it looks like they got like the coconut shrimp, like the fried shrimp. Does that make it easier?
No, I'm gonna steer clear of shrimp.
Really, even cooked?
No, yeah, I'm stupidly picky with my shrimp, and I'm not 100% sure why. Yeah, I don't know. Like I just like
stupidly.
it. I like it grilled in like real uppity places, or I'm just. And it's not that I'm
iffy on shrimp too.
I'm
I'll
not
be
that I'm
honest with
sketchy.
you.
It's just like shrimp ain't my thing.
Ain't my thing either.
Ain't my thing. Like unless it's
I'll eat it.
Unless I'm like seeing like a chef like make shrimp. And
I like fried shrimp. I like breaded and fried shrimp.
I don't know.
Dude, you had to, I mean, that was
I'll tell you.
the bomb when we were in Mexico was just going to all these, like Cozumel, when you went, that was like the thing they served at all these all-you-could-eat
But it's
retreats.
right there.
It's like that coconut shrimp.
My parents
Just keep
ruined shrimp
loading
for
up.
me because at Christmas they boil it or broil it or whatever whatever you do, and how that is cooked. Anytime we go over, so our Christmas, marathon would be our house and then another house and another house, and then it usually ends at my parents' house. And my parents cook that for everybody, and it's in the paint. It just smells so bad. It's so intense that smell.
I know what smell you're talking
I
about.
could never bring myself, and it happens every year. And honestly, one of the big reasons that we do Christmas at our house now in the evening instead of my parents is because I can't stand it anymore. So my dad does it there, ruins his house. It gets in the wood, it gets in the paint, and then he brings it over in a bowl, and they can
It's
enjoy
almost
it.
like if you go to somebody's house and they're a smoker, it just gets in the carpet.
It
gets
is.
It gets everywhere.
It is. I got nothing wrong with the shrimp. It's just this way that they cook it like that. It smells so bad. I can't handle it.
You got an Italian family that ever make bagna? Bagna cotta?
What is that?
It's like anchovies boiled down in butter sauce. It sounds gross in theory, but it's amazing. And then they take French bread and it like kind of the anchovies dissipate and make it kind of like salty, buttery, almost like a spread.
I've seen it done. We never did it at my
It'll stink. I mean, it'll stink your house up.
Yeah,
My grandpa used to make it on New Year's, and his house would stink until February.
But good.
But man, amazing.
Worth it.
Never had it, huh?
No, I'm sure I have in my travels. We never had it. We never had it at our house. But speaking of like steak and get maybe a steak medium or medium rare at Golden Corral. Sometimes you order a steak and it doesn't come out as you ordered it. And we were out to dinner on it was either Friday or Saturday, and I heard from another table a redneck expression I'd never heard before. As a gentleman did not get the steak that he wanted. And this put me on the floor. He said, man, this steak is tougher than a woodpecker's lips. And I never heard that before.
I'm going to use
And I lost it.
That's pretty good, dude.
The steak is tougher than a woodpecker's lips. And then I wish I could, like, had this arsenal of sayings like this.
Of folksy sayings.
Those are
folksy
the
sayings.
best, man.
I'm sure this guy's got a million different sayings for every type of scenario he's in.
I think they give you a book of them when you become a grandfather. I think you get a little, like, it's a secret dossier that gets, like, slid over to you.
You get the Farmer's
If you
Almanac.
had your first
and
grandkid,
that.
they're like, yeah, here's your Farmer's Almanac, and here's all these colloquial, folksy sayings you can lay on your grandkids.
And there's grandfather ones and grandmother ones. Like the grandmother one of all grandmother ones is bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
yeah.
Bless your heart.
Your grandpas are more biting.
Bless your heart is them saying F you. Right? That's totally what it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, not in our experience. No.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart
that's,
is, oh,
that's a
you're...
dismissive.
No, it's
go F
dismissive,
yourself.
but not, no. It's a, if you say something stupid,
Yeah.
it's a bless your heart. It's almost
What a
like
dummy.
oh,
Bless your
man,
heart.
You're so dumb and cute.
It's so. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not dismissive. It's patronizing.
It can't be,
but in a
Bless your heart.
sweet, but in a sweet, loving way.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
it could
oh,
also
you-
be kind of a tease where it's a nice, friendly tease where they understand you're being goofy and they're like,
Oh, bless your
Or
heart.
it's like you tried to do good and you messed up. Bless your heart.
Well, see if you heard of any of these, some redneck / hillbilly / southern expressions.
I bet you a lot of our family go-tos are on there.
And again, I wish I came from a place where I had these in my back pocket.
You're as useless as
Just
a
a-
screen door on a submarine.
It does. Yeah, bless your heart. Okay, I guess it's got many meanings. If somebody said bless your heart to me, I would take it as an insult. Worthless as gum on a boot heel. Okay?
All right.
She has her nose so high in the air she could drown in a rainstorm.
yep.
I just wish I could pull that out.
Yeah. That's an old classic there.
Or he's so cheap he wouldn't give a nickel to see Jesus riding a bicycle. I've heard this one before. Those pants are so tight I could see her religion.
Yeah.
Well, that just dills my pickle.
Yeah, I
Never
like
heard that one before.
Grinning like a possum eating a sweeter. I'm sorry. I say it in a redneck way.
Thank you.
Grinning like a possum eating a sweet tater. Who licked the red off your candy? She could start an argument in an empty house.
Huh.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit.
Yeah, I like that one.
I'll knock you into the middle of next week looking both ways for Sunday. It happened faster than a knife fight in a phone booth. That's a good one.
Knife fight in the face.
Knife fight in a phone booth.
Yeah, a lot of you can't fix stupid. Like that gets peppered all over the place when you're a young nephew.
I do like the he's so ugly ones. He's so ugly, he didn't get hit with the ugly stick. He got whooped by the whole forest.
Oh, my grandpa used to say, you see that gal your cousin took to the prom? She fell out the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down and then climbed up again.
Oh,
There's a lot of spins on that one.
You're as worthless as a white crayon. Ooh. Ooh. It's been hotter than a goat's butt in a pepper patch.
That one right there is the winner.
She's as nervous as a cat in a room full of rockers. This a personal favorite. That boy could fall at a barrel of boobies and come out sucking his thumb.
Oh man, are you kidding me?
Winner!
A barrel of
is
boobies.
A barrel of boobies.
I think
my
that's in
goodness.
Proverbs. That's good.
I'm so hungry I could eat the south end of a northbound mule.
Oh my gosh.
He's about as confused as a fart in a fan factory. And I turned into Foghorn Leghorn somehow. I don't know.
A fart in a fan factory.
A fart in a fan factory.
Come on, man.
He's about as confused as a fart in a fan factory.
If you were looking for a parody country band name, it's Fan Factory Fart. If
Yeah,
I've
fan
ever,
factory fart. She was madder than a wet hen. Again, you could just pull these out for any scenario.
That's so good.
Man.
Is that lost on the youth? Is that lost on Southern youth, Southern hillbilly redneck youth?
No.
Are there still people pulling these out?
I bet you our cousin does.
Yep. We head up to Shelvina and you'll hear.
Yeah,
not everyone.
Because the
but
man
some
who
of
said
the
it at the
backwoods
restaurant
guys.
was in his like 60s.
Oh, dude, listen. You know how everybody in Chesterfield's got the love, laugh, live crap in their kitchen. Like people in Shelbina probably have the fart in the fan factory stuff in their kitchen. You know what I mean? Like there's probably a shop out there right next to the railroad tracks, right past the arena, where somebody's selling like little kitschy kitchen sayings and all that kind of stuff, and it's all of these kind of things.
Yeah, it's sayings.
He's like a blister, always showing up after the work is done. That's not a bad one.
I like
There's
that.
a whole bunch of there's a lot of dirty ones coming over too. Can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those my grandma would throw in because she was a great godly woman, and man, there's sometimes you'd hear new words that were just hilarious and filthy from her.
That
They're old-timey.
That woman's dress is so short she needs 2 hairdos.
Whoa.
Yeah. Think about that one, Scott.
My grandpa used to say, I hit you so hard on the top of your head, I'll break both your ankles. When he'd be threatening me in the garage over something.
Well, I'm seeing all these coming over on the instant feedback. It's good to see that that's not a lost thing.
Nah.
Yeah.
I do love it though, and that did floor me.
There's the old at least
nice.
you're pretty. Like that's the dismissive one. That's the one.
Oh,
where
yeah.
At least she's pretty, or at least you're cute. Something like that, man. That's the instant like, I
This
hate
person
you,
thinks
man.
I'm a dummy.
Yeah.
About as sharp as a wet cornflake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put up, rode hard and put up wet. That one always made me uncomfortable.
That's
until I realized what it was.
I've heard that one before.
Because that's about saddle and the saddle blanket, right?
Rode hard and put away wet.
From the horse sweating, I'm assuming that's what that comes from, right?
Yeah, but you would say that about a promiscuous lady.
Oh yeah.
That's what, right? Well, that's what I always.
Yeah, but I mean, it refers to the
referring
horse.
to.
But yeah.
Right. So yeah, the origin is from.
You just
a horse.
move the S around and you add a W, then.
You used to hear that about
Saying no, I thought it was about somebody looked
rode hard and put away wet.
just tired, like worn out.
Yeah, it was like a worn out, promiscuous woman that you would see backstage at a Def Leppard concert.
Oh, see, I never heard it in that context, and I never associated it with that.
Yeah, well.
I just thought it was like a man. If it was like a nice country way of saying you look tired, which is also not a great thing to hear. Man, you look tired. You look rode hard and put up wet.
Nah, I always heard it referred to a promiscuous woman, a loose woman, a woman of loose morals.
That's new to me.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for sending these over. I'm gonna have Scott type these out and laminate this for me.
Okay.
So I can any scenario I can just
Memorize
reach
this?
in my back pocket and pull this laminated list out.
You want them on postcards or you just want
No, just something I could put in my pocket. You know. Mega Millions drawing last night. It was a big one.
We have a winner.
It was $1.05 billion, and we have no winner.
All right.
Cool.
We have no winner.
'Cause I
Mega
forgot
Millions
to buy
lottery
it.
jackpot has now grown again, and $1.25 billion. Next drawing is on Friday night, 10 o'clock.
It jumped 2 million, huh?
$1.25 billion.
Or 200 million. Is it 200 million? It just jumped
point.
$200 million?
Yeah, I guess so.
Is that right?
7 people are now new millionaires, including one person who selected the Mega Plier to get a $4 million payout. I don't know where those new millionaires live, but the jackpot is the 6th biggest U.S. lottery prize and 4th biggest in Mega Millions history.
That's a big loser. Nobody wins. I got a consolation of $4 million. That's a big loser.
It's a big.
Hey, tell me something.
I think they'll be okay.
What hames with that? Like, are they able to play again, or is that if you win the lottery? Is there any rules about playing again?
No, and you hear about multiple lottery winners. People have won multiple jackpots all the time.
Yeah, our cousin has won. I don't know, 3 or 4 separate times. 5,000 here, 10,000 here. But
I mean, the odds of you winning 2 big jackpots like that.
Sure, but
So
But I mean, if
astronomical.
you're smart, you take that $4 million, you go invest in.
I'll
all,
put it right back in.
Yeah,
I'll
you got to put it right back in.
this increases my chances. Hell, I won before.
It's gonna happen again. What are the odds of it not happening?
Yeah, I just reinvest it right back in the lottery.
Well,
It makes sense.
Bless your heart.
So 1.25 billion. Mega Millions has not had a winner since April 18th. So since mid-April, there have been 30 drawings without a grand prize. So that's why it's up that.
That's wild, man. It feels like NBA seasons to me. It feels like as soon as one ends, the next one begins. I can't believe that it's been since April. I feel like we talk about this every week.
But this is a cool business where they haven't had a winner since April, and yet there's been a lot of losers have turned into millionaires through that streak.
Well, Powerball. We talked about Powerball last week. That was up over.
So we
$1
are
billion.
talking. We kind of are talking about something. every week.
Powerball was 1.08 billion. There was a winner in July for that.
How many of these mega things are
There's
there?
Mega and there's Powerball.
Is there more of these big ones, or is this the?
I think those are the two big ones.
Those are the two big federal ones. And then
Mega
there's the state
and
ones we're
Powerball.
talking about.
I think those are the multi-states. Powerball is like a 13-state.
Oh, that's not even nationwide.
I think
No,
states
some-
get
yeah.
into conglomerates. So like each of those big Mega Millions and Powerball each have X amount of states that are all thrown in the pot.
They buy
That's
in.
how it gets so big.
Like Utah is probably not in this.
Could be.
Could be.
It's weird. So because it'll be like Illinois, Missouri, New Jersey. It's weird if you go look at the states. They're not like necessarily all sharing borders. It's
That's
just certain governors get into the like, hey, it's just finance. I mean, it makes a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
know
money.
they take some of the funds and they say they
Schools.
They fund schools, and that's just a nice way of getting you to play.
Yeah.
It's for the kids. Oh, I gotta take my whole paycheck and put it into lottery. It's for the kids.
I feel like the more I know about it, the less I know about it. I really don't know anything about this, and you know what? I'm trying to keep it that way.
Well, winners almost always take the cash option, but they do have a choice to instead get the full. They could get the full amount. So if you won yesterday's drawing, the cash option. Well, so you could take the full amount in regular payments over 29 years, or you do the cash option.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday's would have gotten you $550.2 million.
Hey, do you know anything about the gas stations or the vendors that sell
Yes,
them? Like, what do they get?
They get a little bit too.
I think that's kind of what drew me. Remember, I bought my first ticket, and I don't even know what I bought. I just said, "Oh, how much are those?" And $2. Like, okay, I'll take one of those. And honestly, it was kind of like it was a country gas station, and I think in the back of my head, I felt like I was helping the gas station or something.
Well,
and then
I think
thought,
for these big drawings, like they'll get like $100,000. Like the gas station will get $100,000
if they win,
if they sell the winning
I'm
lottery.
saying, did they get a few cents from me when I bought a $2 ticket at this random ass gas station?
I think for them, it's their
No, they get if they sell the winning ticket, they get.
Yeah, they get
But they
a little
don't.
bit.
But they don't get a vendor. They don't get a vendor fee or
I
any of that
don't know.
stuff.
I think it's just hey, we have the lottery machine here. People are going to come into our store.
Huh? I was
Okay, so it's just to get you to buy a soda.
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, you're sharp as a marble.
Well,
That was Jet from the chat room.
hey, we do have a ratio listener in need. I know they sent a message over saying their dog was missing. And anytime anybody sent over a lost dog posting, I think of when Moon's dog was missing.
Yeah, dude. Radio got out. She's a bird dog. She was young. She was young and fit, and looking to hunt. And she was off to the races.
Yeah, you ever
And,
that story, Rafe, that Moon's dog got out and somebody left the door open or a little bit open, and the dog just took off. And yeah, we had everybody on the case that morning, and she wound up being found.
by police officers in St. Charles. Thank
Well,
you.
I better be listening.
Thank you. Yeah, they were listening.
She was committing crimes, so
they
it
were
worked out
looking for her.
nice.
She was out all evening. I mean, I had neighbors that were helping that were looking all through the evening. We were in the creeks. We were in the thicket looking for this dog, and had a couple sightings or supposed sightings. I think it turned out to be a different dog that was actually
one was
sighted.
Bigfoot, turned out.
Well, it was, I think she was out for 16 or 17 hours straight, and she was running the entire time because when she got back, she was gassed. She slept for 2 days.
Well, and
didn't eat,
outside.
out, but on the hunt. Even when the officers said that they saw her in the woods, she was cruising and then tried cruising past them.
Well, if you go to that neighborhood app, people put listings of their lost dogs, and they'll say, hey, if you see this thing, don't approach it. because it'll take off again. Just come back here and just let us know, or call the authorities and let them know where. Don't approach the dog because the dog's going to take off. So what's this particular?
This dog is actually a foster dog. And the poster says, lost foster dog, very scared, do not chase. She's dragging a leash. Missing from McClay and Keeney Drive, St. Charles, Missouri. Please call 636-634-6195 with sightings. Now, this dog is afraid of people, doesn't really have a name that she knows. But we posted it up on the Facebook just so you can get a visual of the dog. It's a beautiful, larger dog, white with a little bit of black on its back and some black on its face. Gorgeous dog. This is obviously people doing a good thing here, fostering this dog, and it was recently spayed too. So you probably don't want it running around right now.
I don't know. It just makes me sad when I see those. I love my dogs. And the question is, it's always scary when you lose your pet because most domestic animals are not sharpening their survival skills while they're living in the lap of luxury under your roof. So the question is, could your dog survive in the wild without you?
Hell no. My dog maybe could live on the porch for 20 minutes. The dogs I have now, there's no way.
20 minutes. I think one of my dogs. I think new dog can. I think Cat the dog. She's too spoiled.
Well, you got to think of the breed too, man. Like these breeds are not bred to survive. They're bred for a certain, especially
they're domesticated.
Well, not just the rando domesticated ones, but what do you got? You got pug.
I have a puggle who's 15.
That thing will be taken by a hawk within 10 minutes of being outside.
Toast. I got to watch him in the yard.
Those are toast. I don't think any of those stand a chance. And mine's like a bred task animal, but it's a task animal that's meant to hunt and set on birds, not kill them. You know what I mean? Like it's not meant to chase them or retrieve them. It's meant to find them. So it'll find food, and I bet you it won't kill it. I mean, I've seen her kill an animal or two, but I don't know if she knows what to do with it or any of that stuff. I love this dog, but the way she was behaving this morning, just from the thunder, she's screwed. It's over.
Yeah, that's right. So a new dog is scared of thunder and lightning. So none of my dogs will survive.
No, they got to have well-rounded skill set.
I think definitely our newest dog would be successful in the wild, but I think Callie, I don't know, she would quickly find a house somewhere because she's a people.
Well,
dog.
It's not surprising that 2 out of 3 dog owners say their dog could never survive in the wild without them.
Man, mine's a hunter and yours is a herder.
My childhood dog could. My childhood dog could start society over again. He was that capable of an animal that he would have been like, I have a secret society underground. I've colonized other dogs who couldn't make it on their own. I've
brought them into the fold.
This is the community garden. This is the He would be the underboss because he was a pimp. He was a straight stone cold early morning pimp. He would go out. It was just different. Dogs used to live outside. We don't let them live outside anymore.
Yeah, we had
took
some
that
country
away
dogs.
from them.
We had some country dogs that lived outside, and they did fine.
There's still a few farm dogs left in the world, but man, it is a small percentage to what it used to be.
The new dog, she came from a farm, and both her parents are outdoors 24/7.
Yeah, I know a couple people who have outdoor dogs, and I'm new to even knowing that there are outside dogs. Like the dog never goes inside.
Yeah, my dad.
Where does the dog sleep? In a cage under the porch.
My dad always had outside dogs.
Yeah.
So when we got a dog as a kid, even though we lived in South County, that dog was outside all the time. It slept inside, but my dad had a shed outside, and he built a doghouse in the shed. So just have a door, and he put hay in there every year, and like that's a damn dog.
It's such a foreign concept to me. Like I thought it was the cruel. Like so, I met somebody who had an outside dog. I met the dog, coolest dog ever. And hey, that's an outside dog. I go, what do you mean outside dog? And that dog's never stepped foot inside. I go, so it's outside all the time? Oh yeah, it lives outside.
Every breath he's ever drawn is a free one.
I thought it was like the cruelest,
and you think that's cruel?
Thing.
So I know it's what we've done to dogs in society.
I know, and I just It blew my mind.
Out at our family's farm, there were outside dogs and inside dogs, and we didn't even think about the difference. But it was like, these are the big ones that can survive and do whatever, and they're outside. Sometimes they're on chains if they've been running too much. Sometimes they're just out.
Yeah, they're the hunting dogs.
And then there was the inside dogs like the Schnauzer. The Schnauzer was inside and outside. So these other dogs, these outside dogs, would see Baron, the little Schnauzer, go inside and then come outside and then go inside and go outside.
Well, so what happens during the winter?
What you mean?
Put
They're dogs.
hay, you put a little heater in there.
Well, yeah, and he said the dog goes in the garage.
Yeah, they had a doghouse thing with a bunch of hay out there. I mean, it was right by the horses. So the horses are here, the dogs are right there, and those two dogs just kind of cruise. Remember, I told you one of the horses died, and they took a front loader and buried it down at one of the fields. And then a couple weeks later, dog comes up. And we thought it had a deer leg, and we're like, oh, what's Beethoven or DJ, whichever one had this leg, and it was like, oh God, that's a horse's leg. It went out into the field and dug up the horse.
That's right. That dog survives.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think
the
about
dog probably lived to 15. Never
I think
came
about
inside.
outside dog winter, and there are people that put sweaters on their dogs.
Yes, yeah. And my grandma's dog was the one that was the mother of like all the farm dogs, all that stuff. And whenever it got basically maybe close to 0 or something like that dog got lucky and got to go down to her basement where there's no heat. It's stone walls. It's leaky, floor. It's just miserable down there too. But that's where it got to warm up at.
And this wasn't cruel. Like, they took care of the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
they all lived to forever. Like my whole childhood, these things were around.
My outside dog lived to be 18 and a half years old.
Dang.
Yeah.
Never went to a veterinarian a day in his life. My dad would never have paid for that. He was the cheapest man on planet Earth. Never. Wouldn't even enter his mind to take this dog to a vet. I mean, I think he got his shots once, like when he was a puppy.
You get the collar, though?
And that was it.
Collar?
And he got a flea collar from, like, Walmart.
Which
and that
leads
was it.
me into this, Rafe. Most pet owners would probably say they would do anything for their pet, and that makes sense. Pets become part of our families, and if there's anything they need, sure, let's do what we can. But is there a limit? Like, what if they needed your kidney? Like, so what if your dog's kidneys were compatible with your dad's kidneys?
Okay. Would I give my dad a dog kidney?
No. Would your dad give the outside dog one of his kidneys? Did he love the dog?
Mine?
Yeah.
That was my dog. I mean, he did as much as he had the capacity to love anything. Yeah. He was a hard man.
Would he have given your dog that you love one of his kidneys?
Before me? Yeah, probably.
To see his boy Rafe happy?
No, not for that reason. But he, I don't know. He was dog family. You get a guy and they're hunting dog together, man, you might get a kidney out of somebody. It's wild. It's just crazy for me to think, like, my dog used to we used to go swim in the creek. He would drink the murky creek water that we just swam in and then eat every crawdad that wasn't fast enough to skitter back to his hole, and they'd pinch his nose as he swallowed them in a single gulp because nature is cruel but fair. And, like, my dogs now are like, there's not enough salmon oil in this food. It makes my tummy itch. It's like, that's crazy.
Now I know that
that's crazy.
There aren't any human-to-pet kidney transplants, but what about your dog now? Like, let's say that if you gave your dog, and your dog is, what, 15 years old?
Oh, yeah.
What if they said, Rafe, if you give one of your kidneys to your dog, it will live another 5 years?
Oof. Let's talk quality of life. Just live, just survive.
No, I mean like a good 5 years
behind it.
A good 5 years.
I don't know. He's had a pretty good run at 15. I don't know about taking one of my kidneys out for him. I love him, but that's a lot, man.
That's a lot.
I mean, I'll be honest, I went to the dentist. They told me he needed like $1,500 in dental care. Get all these old, stinky, rotten teeth out of his mouth. And the anesthesia costs a fortune. And I had to take pause at the counter, and I did the math, and I was like, $1,500 times 15 years on a dog whose life expectancy is 13 years. He's already 2 years over the average.
Yeah.
How many puppies could I buy for $1,500? Yeah. Like, how many puggles could I go buy right now, straight off the farm, straight off the puggle farm, He won, but he barely got on. He barely won that equation. He almost was like, you know what?
I don't know.
Let's just let them teeth rot on out and see what happens.
Scott, I mean, you got young dogs.
Yeah, and Callie, she is so trained and one of the smartest creatures I've ever.
Would you give a kidney? Yes or no?
Well, I mean, this thing has been a huge part of my life for a long time. We hang out every day. She naps with me, but no, I'd go get a new dog. That'd be it. I love you, but sorry, girl. What's going on?
I'll fully
You're
admit,
amazing.
I have, when you have those arguments with yourself because you already know how you feel, but you're trying to argue it. I argue it all the time. It happened yesterday. I was putting my forehead on Radio's forehead, and she was just giving me those, English setter eyes, and all I thought was, man, it'd be so cool if I was rich enough to clone you. Because you see, about these,
Barbra Streisand clone one of her.
And I think about it all the time, and I'm not kidding. It's really these last couple months I've thought about it even more and more and more, and I think, man, if I had the money, would I clone you? I would love to clone you. I would love to clone you, and I know I'm arguing with myself because I won't do it. Even if I had the money, I don't think I'd spend $50.
We're getting into those kind of hypotheticals. I would happily give a kidney to bring back my childhood dog.
Are you serious?
I would give a kidney right now. If you're like, you get him, he's a puppy again, you get him for another 18 years. I'd be like, sign me up, dude. We got 2 of them kidneys. There was only 1 black tack. Bring it on. He was that good of a dog, man. Like, he was an awesome animal.
Would you give a kidney to save Radio?
No. And I love Radio. I've loved all of my dogs. I've been blessed to have exceptional animals in my life throughout my life. I'm not giving a kidney for any of them. They're animals. I mean, I'm not saying that I love them less because they're animals. What are you talking about?
I mean, you could live with 1 kidney.
Yeah.
You could live with 1 kidney.
Because that's why with my goal with Callie, she is by far the coolest creature I've ever owned. But whenever she gets to that 12, 13 year age, and if she gets older than that and she starts declining health, I'm going to go get a puppy. And then whenever she passes, like, well, I got this new little mini Aussie at home. I got to go
Something
take
to
care
fill the void.
Yo, Blue on the chat is saying what I wanted to say. Like, I can live better with 2. I can have better chances to live longer and better with 2.
For my kids.
Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Right, like I'm not going to,
Yeah, because your kids may need one.
You know why? Because something happens to me, Radio ain't paying the bills.
Yeah. Well, and plus, I don't know how much
Radio 2,
cost that would be.
Radio 2 ain't feeding mouths.
But 58% of people said they would donate a kidney to their pet if they could. Of course, it's hypothetical, and I don't think people are really thinking about it.
Yeah, put you on a table, or put you in the bed, and start the anesthesia, and tell me if that's what you're going to carry through with it. No way.
Now, cats can get kidney transplants from other cats. And it's possible for dogs, though the rates of success are low. The cost is enormous.
Yeah, what are the rates?
It's like $20,000 to start.
Golly, dude. And what was the...
And the ethics are a little murky.
And the cloning is down to, what, 40 or 50 grand?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
You're going to have Barbra Streisand money.
I had a friend that her dog was older. It was like 8 or 9. And it jumped off the bed, broke its back. So she went, and it cost her something like 10 to 12 grand to get the thing kind of fixed up, and she was like, yeah, I'm going to see how much, and she ended up going with that, and I was like, you actually paid that kind of money?
Yeah, and then somebody backed over the dog with their car 3 days later.
Oh. Well, and how long does that, and I'm being fair here, like how many surgeries, how many $12,000 back surgeries are they doing? Probably not a ton. I'm not saying like the industry isn't like tip-top technological shape or something, but like what?
I'm sure they don't do many.
Right,
so like roll around on those wheel things, and
oh man,
I just hope our dogs aren't listening to it because they're going to be very depressed.
Radio's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Bark, bark, bark.
I just hope the radio's off in the house. All right, today's Team Rizz Remember the Day is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From Perryville, Missouri, Lynn Koning is our Team Rizz Remember the Day. Lynn has been a Rizz Show fan since the beginning and preaches about the show to all of his friends. He is a huge fan of the YouTube podcast and watches every day online. Lynn has also had a couple emails right on the air over the years, and his favorite segment of the show is Matchup with Moon. So Lynn from Perryville is our Team Rizz Remember the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Remember the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to stay there because after the break, it's the Craigslist Freak of the Week, and we are in the Freak of the Year playoffs. So we got 4 past champions going at it next. 2 of the 4 we'll be moving on to round number 2 of the Freak of the Year playoffs. Remember, they're all vying to be the official Craigslist Freak of the Year. So the Craigslist Freak of the Year playoffs rolls on next. And we need your votes. It's 7-11, Wednesday. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow@1057thepoint.com. Or you can send us the instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. So we got the Freak of the Year playoffs rolling on, round number 1. Going to get to 4 past champions here in a moment. Crab on Celebrities, Porno Birthday coming up. Sports. We will play Simpleton Trivia once again today.
Correct.
And maybe just maybe we'll get a winner.
Because we had no winners yesterday?
Maybe just maybe we'll get a winner. Well, somebody was giving us crap on the email. Well, if it's so simple, why don't you guys do it?
That's right.
Oh, God. How many times have we tested our dumbness? I mean, we do it all the time.
We do it all the time, Matchup Noon. Rafe, how about this? Okay? How about this? We'll do a couple rounds with listeners, and if we get no winners, I'm going to jump in.
All right.
Save the day. Or do you want me to do it right away?
My thought was, because so many people were talking trash and being like, these are not first grade questions.
What's the biggest ocean?
Yeah. They said, oh, put your money where your mouth is. Oh, you guys think you'd be so good at it. Well, guess what? I think I didn't pad the questions. I pulled exactly the same questions I had already had made up for the next round of Simpleton
you want
Trivia.
me to play?
I say callers call in. They pick one of you guys to play, and they can bet on you or they can bet against you to win tickets. If they're so sure that we're as dumb as they are.
I can't speak for the other guys. I could throw myself in. I don't know if you guys want to play.
I'd love to, sure.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
I guess I'm in.
Okay. I don't want to speak for you guys.
Because I would have got a couple of things wrong yesterday.
Because I literally called this
Which ones?
Simpleton Trivia Studio Edition.
Okay.
Like the ocean one, we know that one.
Let the boys
We've
play.
had that question a few times in different ways, but I don't think a lot of people know that.
What the biggest ocean is?
I don't think a lot of people know that.
Really?
No. And a lot of people on the chat even got the what do you call it? The smallest continent by land wrong.
That was a tough one.
That's tough.
I will admit that was one that had
And
me
if I-
thinking. That
if
would
I-
have gotten me stumped.
If I hadn't world traveled, I probably wouldn't even have had an educated guess for that.
And it's Australia, right?
It's
I think
Australia.
it's pretty well known. Australia is the smallest
Okay, well,
continent.
hey, fine.
I just didn't want someone to argue like population-wise, it's actually
Fine.
Antarctica. And
Fine.
No, it's not. I'm
Fine.
trying to like phrase the questions in ways where I don't get dumb arguments.
Okay. All right, we'll do it. We'll give away prizes later. Fine.
We can do whatever. I mean, you're the boss.
No, that's fine. You know what?
I just
Are you calling me Yella?
you calling me chicken?
You
McFly.
fell for your phone.
I fell for it. Damn it. What a dummy I am. Anyway, we'll get to Simpleton Trivia a little later on in the show. But first, it is time. Hit it, Moon. It is time to get back into the Freak of the Year playoffs. And we're doing it today. Today's not Thursday. It's Wednesday. We're not here tomorrow and Friday. So. The Freak of the Year playoffs roll on. Round number 1. Well, last week, what a battle. What a battle. We had 2 past champions move on. We had the number 1 seed, Skatatui, move on. And we had the number 16 seed, DeMonica Lewinsky, move into round number 2.
It was an upset, I believe, too, right? 16 beat like a 14? I mean, not a huge
last
upset.
week was number 1 seed, 32 seed, 16, and 17 seed. So the top seeds won that particular.
So far, no upsets.
So far, no upsets. So today we have the number 2 seed going up against the number 31 seed, the number 15 seed, and the number 18 seed. Again, these are 4 past champions. Going at it, top 2. We'll move on to round number 2. All vying for the Freak of the Year championship. There can only be one. And who will it be this year? Some great contenders. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. It's the Craigslist Freak of the Year, round number 1, playoffs. This week, since Lern is not here, Rafe will read the 4 ads for us. You guys will vote for your favorite ad via Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it this week, at RIZZ Show.
Twix.
And based on your votes, the 2 top vote getters will move on. So, Rafe, let's get to it.
Why don't we all
do
read
it.
one?
I'm sorry?
There's 4 of them. Why don't we all read one? You want to do it like that?
Okay. I guess if you want to. I planned on Rafe reading them all, but fine.
Okay, well, hey, do what you want, man.
Hey.
That'll be fun. Never got the opportunity.
open.
You want to read an ad? Fine. Is it on your? Is it a bucket list
Listen,
item?
maybe it is a bucket list item. And
All
I
right,
just,
so
and I was
let's
embarrassed to
check
say
one
it.
off the bucket list. You want to check it off the bucket list?
I would love
Fine.
to.
You'll go with number 2. Okay. We'll start with Rafe, who will read the number 2 seed for us.
Okay.
Coming at you.
Number 2 seed, Super Smash Brothers. Winner with 83.6% of the vote on the original. Here we go. Looking for a woman up for anything, men for women, 36 years old, Vancouver. My brother and I are very close, and his 30th birthday is next week. Looking for an adventurous woman who's willing to have a threesome with me and my bro. You be between 20 and 30 years old, dark hair and huge knockers, double D's or bigger. Nothing sloppy, please. You're my gift to him. You'll show up at his house next Friday around 7. You two will have some drinks and start in on each other. After about 45 minutes, I'll join in. He won't know the plan. It'll be a surprise. We've never had a threesome together, and I'm sure he won't mind sharing you. It'll bring us closer. We won't be doing anything to each other, but it will be pretty hot watching little bro get it on with you. I'm not going to lie. Please be generous to both of us. Let's make little bro's 30th a memorable one. We can talk about pay afterwards. Hit me up, and I'll send you a pic of the birthday boy. You will not be disappointed.
All right. This was the winner back on March the 9th, and we call this ad Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers.
Great name.
Okay, winner of that week with 83.6% of the vote.
Super smashed the competition that week. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's why it's our number 2 seed. So this is a brother looking to get his younger brother. I'm assuming it's a younger brother.
I wasn't here for this one, and I got to say, pretty, just the fact that they're not even going to offer what the money will be till after.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
Come
discuss
earn
pay
your
after.
money.
And I don't know, what is nothing sloppy, please? Is like a poorly dressed person or?
I'm not sure, but this is a brother looking to get his other brother a very generous gift for his 30th
Very
birthday.
kind.
A threesome with the brother involved. That's crazy.
Everyone's dream there.
And the fact that you just show up at the house, you two will have some drinks, start in on each other. After about 45 minutes, I'll join in.
What a weird timing. I can't, 45
He
minutes
won't
in.
know the plan. It's going to be a surprise.
Peekaboo.
Here
see
I
you.
am. Happy birthday, bro.
High fives.
We've never had a threesome together. I'm sure he won't mind. It's going to bring us closer. Okay. So that is your number 2 seed in the entire competition, Super Smash Brothers, our first ad for this week. All right, Moon. Dreams come true.
All right.
Ad number 2.
Contestant number 2, hot boxing match, male for female, 48 years old, Berlin, Germany. I've always dreamed of getting in the ring with a beautiful naked woman and beating her up. Nothing too serious. Hot boxing with 12-ounce gloves. I'm looking for a woman who can handle some strong punches. I'm not looking for huge Helgas. I'm only 5'10" and 175 pounds. Not a big guy, but I'll come ready to play. I can't wait to pound you all over your beautiful body. I can give it, and I can also take it. Give me your best shots. Wheel off and crush me in the face. Crotch shots are allowed in my ring. Once we finish the match and we are sweaty and bruised, we can cool off with a good shower. To enter in, I will need your name, age, must be between 18 and 26 years old, athletic, white or brown, and have a great personality. Let's get it on, and I'm ready to rumble. This is one of my favorite names, by the way.
This is the number 31 seed in the competition, named
Michael J. Box.
Michael J. Box. This is an ad that, a second chance. This was knocked out in the week it was in, which was February 16th. But we decided to bring Michael J. Box back into the competition.
Congrats, my man.
Yeah, definitely had a decent showing in that week.
So this is a gentleman looking for a lady to come over and, wants to legit get his ass kicked.
Huge Helgas.
He can give it. He can also take it. He wants to kick your ass, and he wants his ass kicked. Michael J. Box.
Interesting.
The number 31 seed in the competition. All right, Scott, you want to read one?
Sure do. Thank you.
All right, here is ad number 3 in this competition. We go with the number 15 seed. Go ahead, Scott.
I like my sugar with coffee and cream. Woman for man, 46 years old, London. I want someone who's adventurous enough to help me find the right amount of cream for my coffee. Someone who wouldn't mind being a regular at my house each Sunday for the next few weeks. The day before, you will need to be on a strict all-sugar diet, nothing sour or savory at all. I want the sweetest level of you that I can get. Please eat candy or fruits only the day before. And once you come over, you will read the newspaper while I start the main event. And when you are ready, I will get my steaming cup prepared for your sweetness. I like my coffee looking light brown. After I stir to the consistency of my liking, I will enjoy while you make us pancakes and bacon. And if you're diabetic, please do not respond.
What does being a diabetic have anything to do with anything? Anyway.
Because you can't have sugar. You can't have the excessive
That
sugar.
cream.
Right?
Oh, because he wants you to have candy and sheet.
Oh, okay.
Wants you to have candy
All
and
right.
fruits.
Yeah. All right, that was the winner back on March the 30th, Cream Elizabeth.
Another great name.
Great name. Very disgusting. I really can't go much into detail here. But this is somebody who wants, a woman, by the way, who wants you to come and lighten up her coffee.
Yummy.
What, Rafe?
Just a strange place for a pregnant pause.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
You know,
Rafe, you read the you read the fourth one for us. All right, that was Cream Elizabeth again, our 15 seed.
okay.
Round number 1 of the competition. Our final ad for the week. Rafe,
All
coming
right.
at you.
You sure you don't want to do it?
No, go ahead.
All right. Be my baby, man from man, 46 years old, Toronto. Good day, fellow gentlemen. I am looking to connect with a like-minded new friend. Are you ready to be a baby? I want to be you daddy. I'm looking for a man who is willing to become a baby. Take off your adult clothes and step into a pair of diapers and suck on the pacifier, which I will provide. Need cleaned? I will bathe you. I will feed you. You will be my precious child. Never worry about a place to stay because you'll always have a home here. Plus, you have your own crib. I miss taking care of youngsters ever since my last kid left me. That's a sad story for another day. I am a sweet father who loves to teach lessons, firm discipline, and raise a loving kid. Also, must be STD-free, uncut, and stacked. I will test weekly.
Test weekly, okay. That was the winner back on, let me see, the 18th of April. Oh, I'm sorry, May.
May
18th.
This is a good one.
Todd Lern. Todd, first name,
Good name.
last name, Lern. This is a gentleman looking for another gentleman to play baby. His last toddler left him for some reason, and
That's sad.
I would like to know what the story was, but I guess that is for another day.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Respond.
Also must be STD-free, uncut, and stacked.
That was an 18 seed. Toddler.
Yep, 18 seed. All right, there you go. There are the 4 ads. 2 moving on to round number 2 in the competition. Ad number 1 was Super Smash Brothers, our number 2 seed.
Yeah, this dude was looking for his brother and him are very close, and his brother's turning 30, and he's looking for you to be dark-haired with huge knockers and come in and be his gift to his brother. Maybe threesomes, maybe pay afterwards. Who knows?
No, it will be a threesome after about 45 minutes. It's going to be a surprise. So
Delayed threesome.
it'll be a
It's gonna be a
delayed
surprise.
threesome. You won't be disappointed. Then you had Michael J. Box, our number 31 seed.
This guy wants to fight. He wants to put on 12-ounce gloves and beat you silly and then have you beat him silly, and then you'll take a shower afterwards.
All right. Then you had Cream Elizabeth, our number 15 seed.
This gal is looking for cream for her coffee.
That's
and,
it.
wants
That's
to
it.
Eat a lot
That's
of
it.
sugar beforehand.
And then you just heard from Todd Lern. All right. I want you guys to endorse only one of these ads. Remember, top 2 move on.
Oh.
Top 2 move on, but you can only endorse one.
Okay. Thought I had 2.
Now you got to give me a winner, Rafe.
It doesn't really matter.
Who's it going to be?
I mean, it's the seeding wins out this week. I think I believe the Super Smash Brothers was so far above the other 3 that it's really not even a contest.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a battle for second place this week.
I do too.
Moon?
You know what?
There's no way you pick anybody else.
Dude, Todd Lern is a father that's looking to role play sexually with a youngster that is in the place of his kid. You're not catching that?
No, I'm catching it. This guy wants to have a threesome with his brother involved.
I understand. But this guy wants to role play, and he's talking about you got to be STD free, uncut and stacked, going to test weekly, and he wants you to play his baby. I'm going to say that's a competitor, man. That's a competitor.
That's definitely number 2.
I will give you that as a second place. Or even, but Cream Elizabeth, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, that one.
I'm going to take Todd Lern. I think
you're out of your mind.
Well, that might be.
Scott.
Well, I'm always a sucker for a sweet story, and anything that can bring someone closer. He's excited. It'll bring him closer. He's looking for that relationship to get stronger. So I got to stick with my bros, dudes. Super Smash Bros.
All right.
Hey, by the way,
100%.
we're going to have this poll up all weekend. All weekend. Give people plenty of time. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, make sure you are going and voting on whatever we're calling Twitter now.
On the thing.
On the device that's taking the
That
votes.
one that marks the spot.
All right, so there you go. Super Smash Brothers. We got Michael J. Box. We've got Cream Elizabeth. We've got Todd Lern. 2 of these ads moving on to the next round. And if you missed any of the ads being read, go back to the podcast and listen at your leisure. Boy,
I'm not sure who's going to win.
I think it's a race for second. I think Super Smash Brothers, I think that's a definite moving on.
Just so you know, everybody's gotten votes already. It's only been up for a few minutes. Everybody's gotten votes already.
All right, well, we shall see. This is why we play the game.
This is the playoffs, baby.
This is the playoffs. Best of the best. Or if you want to call it, worst of the worst. Brad says threesomes with 2 brothers happen way more often than you guys think.
Yeah, and think about, we also didn't even think about this guy that wants to beat up a woman.
I hate to say all that.
That's funny. That didn't even register as one of our top picks.
I mean, that's messed up. This is Freak of the Week.
You don't think it's freaky?
I do. I think
this
that's
is
more...
also a surprise threesome, by the way.
Well, somebody said Smash Bros.
That's the thing we're missing. I'm not saying there aren't a couple brothers out there that hatched a plan. That's way different to me than...
Surprise!
It's also your 30-year-old brother. It's not your 21.
And also, you're assuming your brother's going to love it.
Yeah,
As you stated in the ad, he's going to love it.
I hope he wears that little birthday hat and that little, whatever that thing's called, makes the noise whenever you blow into it.
Yeah.
Surprise!
What, Moon?
Oh, no, I was going to read a comment about the Smash Brothers thing not being all that weird, according to somebody in the chat, other than the way that he set it up. Which, you know what, like you said, the other person said, this happens more than...
Yeah, no, yeah. It's the surprise aspect.
Oh, yeah, it's wild. It's a finalist for sure, but it does happen more often, it seems, than the number 4, Todd Lern.
Okay, well, vote. And
we all have brothers, right?
We do, yes.
You just have a sister, right?
Yeah, I got a sister.
Well, if you had to pick...
She's a tomboy, though.
There's going to be another guy in the room. Would you pick your brother? Or would you be like, nah, it's too close to home?
Nah.
If you both knew, would you be like, hey, this has to get done?
This must be done.
Just keep it in the family. Just keep it in the family. Would you? I mean, I haven't ever thought about it till just now.
To save humanity, yes.
To save humanity.
To save humanity, fine. If it's going to help save humanity, fine. If this is the only way.
Well, it's not the only way, but you have to pick another dude. Who you picking? Picking a friend? You want a stranger? You want family? You want your brother in there? These are things you never know, man.
I'm thinking I may want to go with a stranger.
Yeah. Yeah,
I hope I'll never see you again. I mean, you're going to see things that you're not going to be able to unsee.
Dude, I'm picking Rizz, man.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that will definitely change our relationship.
Brother.
That will definitely be, you're going to see things in this room that you cannot unsee. I'm sorry.
He would never let you come out of that booth again.
Yes.
He'd be like, I don't ever, he would have that window tinted, and you would never make eye contact ever again.
He'd look down every time. Hi, Scott.
Yep.
Hey, bud.
You'd have to have like a hands-free headset like a Navy SEAL to talk to us.
I have to say, hey, before we go in here, Scott, and we're both in our robes standing at the door, like, hey, you're going to see things, and things are going to happen in this room that once we cross this line, we ain't ever going back.
And don't tell anyone about my tail.
We ain't ever going back, Scott, so... I'm choosing a stranger. Thank you. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and we got crap on celebrities. It's 7:43. Hey, join King Scott and Moon out at EPC. Their end of summer sale out there in St. Charles. They'll be out there Saturday from 10 until noon. There's a lot of cool stuff in that store. Like a lot of if you're looking for back to school gear.
It's
computers and printers and
I mean everything. I mean, last time we were out there, they were making guitars with the what do you call?
Oh yeah, the 3D printer.
Yeah, the 3D printers, and they had we had a whole bunch of buddies come out and get some computers and different things for their kiddos that were going back to school. I mean, they got all sorts of TV screens, monitors, computer parts, all sorts of stuff. EPC is incredible, and this is a perfect opportunity.
If your kid is looking to get a computer, or he's begging, I want a computer. Dude, go to EPC. They got some really cool stuff there at really great prices. So.
Yeah. Video Joe used to work out there way back in the day, and he always had that employee discount. It was pretty sweet. He built some nice computers.
Yeah, so see King Scott and Moon Saturday from 10 until noon. EPC, their end of summer sale up there in St. Charles. All right, I want everybody to think about their favorite musical act. Okay? Let's say your favorite musical act is coming to town. And what maybe could be their final time through.
Is this someone we've seen already?
I don't know.
Or could be the first time?
Maybe it could be your first time, whatever. Okay. Let's say, okay, you're a huge Aerosmith fan. I'm just throw out there. Aerosmith coming one more time to Enterprise Center. All right, they said this is the final tour, farewell tour. Is there anything that you wouldn't... All right, how do I put this? Is there anything that would make you not go to that Aerosmith show? Oh. Like if it's your favorite band ever, and this is their last time.
Man, I don't know. I'm gonna say sure. I mean, at this point, oh God, I hate to say this. At this point, if you guarantee me that it's a nightmare as far as parking, and I got to get up on a weekday, for this job, those two always combine for a no.
Maybe that's a weird example. Okay, so this Tool fan, the fan of the band Tool, took to Reddit to share that he's in a pickle, got himself in a pickle. So he wrote, "My wife and I are getting married on the 3rd of October, which is the day Tool will be in our town of Loveland, Colorado."
Oh, man.
I told my wife I don't want to be married on the 3rd because Tool was in town. That led to the worst fight of our lives. And she went to go live with her parents, and it seems like that all her relatives are on her side. What should I do? Well, I mean...
You're an idiot.
Oh, I thought he made the right choice. He kicked her out.
My Aerosmith comparison is a terrible one. Nothing compares to this guy. He's an idiot.
Oh man,
what are you doing, man?
That's remarkable.
How did you think that conversation was going to go?
Think about it. You can get married numerous times. How often does Tool come to town?
I get it.
I mean, how did you think in your mind like chess. If I make this move, this could happen. Like I'm going to move my pawn over into this square, and if I move my pawn to this square, another thing's going to happen.
Yeah.
So you put this out there. What do you think is going to happen?
It was just funny he didn't think of like, hey,
you think of 2 moves ahead?
Yeah, maybe I could contact a best man, and since Tool's going to be here for a wedding, I obviously can't do that, but for the bachelor party, what if we went and saw Tool, whatever town they're in?
Sure.
And it works.
Or how about you don't go to the Tool show?
Yeah, or skipping.
And you be a big boy, and you have priorities. Like the woman you're going to spend the rest of your life with, hopefully, or a band, which you're going to see they're going to be on stage for maybe an hour and a half.
They're going to play the songs.
So weigh those out. Rest of my life with the woman I supposedly love, or the band I love, they're going to be on stage for an hour and a half.
Where you pitch the raddest wedding reception of all time and rent out a whole chunk of the building and go all in and buy tickets for everyone that came to your wedding. And just everybody goes.
Yeah, because
I don't know if you're going to get over
Aunt
on that.
Helen is going to want to go see Tool for the reception.
She's a big fan.
There were words of advice for this guy. People did weigh in, with their opinions. Dude, as somebody who's married and divorced, my wedding day was one of the best days of my life. The fact that you're upset that you're going to miss a concert because of your wedding is mind-blowing to me, and your soon-to-be, hopefully, wife is right to be upset. Tool will play again. Another commenter called the soon-to-be wife selfish because this could be the last chance to see Tool live again. Duh.
Uh-huh.
These people exist. And I'm sure there are people out there listening right now thinking the wife is selfish. And you're insane. You're insane. And you shouldn't be married. And this woman dodged a bullet probably.
So is it off?
Oh, it's off.
I don't know if it's off, but she went to go live with her parents.
Oh,
She went to go live with her parents for the time being. He didn't say if the wedding's off or on. If I were her, this is a sure sign of immaturity.
Yeah.
To even think about moving the wedding date because of Tool. And I love the band Tool. Wouldn't even think about doing this.
They already had everything booked? Like everything was there?
They had the wedding date.
Okay,
I'm
but to be
assuming-
fair, a wedding date's just a wedding date. You know what I'm saying?
But if they
I'm
had
not
it
defending
booked,
the guy. I'm just saying, like, if this were your favorite and you hadn't booked anything, you would just, like, pick the date to
Okay,
start
so
booking
let's say
things again.
how far down the line was the planning?
It matters.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
It matters.
If it's August and the wedding's in October, chances are
Just saying. Some people, man, some people don't have a ton of big dates on their calendar throughout the year. But you got a favorite band or something, and they announced it last year that they're coming this summer or something. That means you know for a year, oh, there's a big date in your head. There's very few dates. And all of a sudden, your wedding date, the prime date, is that exact same date. It's like one of the few dates that you have in your head coming up this next year you're excited about. That's a big deal. And if you haven't gone too far down, I can understand it being reasonable. Don't at me or nothing, but I can understand it being reasonable to say, oh, crud, can we move the date?
maybe
And did she do it on
maybe take the
purpose?
L on this one.
Yeah, if there's a like a stern stare and an absolutely not, then you go, okay.
All right, yeah, take the L
no
on
big
this
deal.
one.
I thought I'd ask. Am I crazy?
No.
Ah.
I mean,
In this scenario, I think I'm not crazy. Again, man, most
For
folks.
an hour and a half, a good time. For a lifetime of misery. Which would be, she'll hold this over your head. For sure.
It depends on how early you are in the process. If she's already done some work, and
That's true. All
stuff,
right, I'll give you that. If legwork has already been done, if invitations have been sent out,
oh yeah,
or save the
that's
dates have been sent
over the
out.
top.
of course. But we all know that a lot of people. We all know there's a lot of people that like they get engaged and then they take forever to get the wedding date, and then they get the wedding date, and that's just kind of like their goal.
Well, we finally got an agreed upon date. This is it. The 3rd of October. Great. Oh, but Tool's in town. Okay.
good old Tool.
All right, let's do crap on celebrities. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
Crapola is brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com, 636-600-0188. Gwyneth Paltrow is putting the guest house at her home in Montecito, California on Airbnb. And it comes with Gwyneth Paltrow. That's right. If you rent the place out, you can have dinner with Gwyneth and her husband, Brad, in the wine room. And you even get to pick out your own bottle of wine.
I bet that'd be an interesting dinner.
Did you see the
That'd
property?
be pretty cool.
We'll post. She did like a little announcement and had the CEO from Airbnb at her house and everything. And she did a walk around. First of all, it's pretty sick. It's a cool house. This whole Zen garden, this badass pool, a wine room. It looks dope. No price was set, though. Booking starts August 15th. No word on the price, but it couldn't be cheap. The experience also includes a spa day, a guided transcendental meditation, and, quote, valuable techniques and an abundance of goop products to continue your journey towards emotional health long after you stay.
Hey, listen, if you're crunchy, this is your thing.
Yeah. A heck of a scene.
Like that, to me, I mean, that doesn't sound very appealing to me, to do a yoga session and whatever, put jade eggs up your whatevers. Is that what she does?
Well, I'm not sure.
Or steam clean your vagina? I don't know. That's something she does. That doesn't appeal to me, but I could see how that appeals to other people, and knock yourselves out.
Well,
What's the price point?
They haven't announced yet.
Oh, if you need to ask, you can't afford it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm just curious, how astronomical that's going to be.
Or do you think it's like a random one-time offer kind of thing, and it's just
I don't know.
kicks, or is it the strike is serious? And
We'll find out August 15th.
Hey,
We'll put
back
it
to
up
the
on
tool
blog.
thing real quick. And a couple dudes checking in here. Like Jake says, let's be honest, that couple's not going to make it anyway. Okay. But Justin writes in, so she picked the one day he said not to. How is he the a-hole?
did he say that in the writing or in that letter?
All right, let me see. Let me read
Because
it.
if he's like me, he knew it was coming up. He forgot to tell
My
everybody.
wife and I are getting married, unfortunately, on the 3rd of October, which is the day Tool will be in our town of Loveland, Colorado. I told my wife I don't want to be married on the 3rd because Tool is in town. It sounds like the date was already on the books. If they were discussing dates and he said, no, my favorite band is in town, that's also slippery.
He didn't word it very well to let us know full details. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This could go either way.
Either way, if she had that date in mind and he's like, nah, Tool's in town, it still could be
It's not
a
gonna
weird
go over well.
conversation.
Yeah, it's delicate. You have to say it delicately.
Yeah, it's all how you put it. So Justin, I don't know. It's set to me. I read it like the date was already in the books, and then Tool announced that they're going to be here.
That's what it sounded like the first time.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Huh.
Because Everett says the same thing. Isn't that part of setting the date, though? How about this day? Actually, Tool's in town, so let's do a different day.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was thinking, and that's reasonable. That's okay. I mean, this is a two-person party here.
Sure. But is it?
Well, okay.
It's
Maybe not. Long term, it is.
Is it?
yeah.
Speaking of tours, Taylor Swift gave out huge bonuses to people on her Eras tour, including $100,000 bonuses to the 50 truck drivers who hauled her equipment.
Holy cow.
That includes dancers, roadies, sound technicians, catering, among others. So,
That's sweet.
Okay, so
That's big
100
news.
grand to the 50 truck drivers?
yeah.
So what's the math there?
I don't know. I couldn't figure it out if that's 100,000 per. So she gave out 500 or $5 million or something, or if it was 100,000 spread across the 50. It said this is how the sentence is worded, and I'll say it specifically. It was worded including $100,000 bonuses to the 50 truck drivers who hauled her equipment. That reads to me like each of the 50 drivers got $100,000 bonus.
That's what I thought. So that's how much is that?
It's $5 million.
It's $5 million,
Yeah.
right? Hell, I don't know.
Whoo! 5 million. Yeah.
Not bad.
Let's stay with the musicians and the tours. Lizzo is being accused of mistreating her backup dancers, and that includes supposedly weight-shaming them. 3 dancers who got their jobs through Lizzo's show, Watch Out for the Big Girls, are suing for major damages due to her behavior. They're suing Lizzo. 2 of the women were fired by Lizzo and the third one quit. One of their complaints is that Lizzo took them to a live sex show in Amsterdam and forced them to interact and touch the performers in sexually explicit ways.
I read about this. So
Yeah. There's details on that particular event, and we'll put that on the blog as well. What were you gonna say?
Did you read about how that went down? So they did a show in Amsterdam. They went to the strip club. Strippers doing her thing. Lizzo asked one of the dancers, "Hey, touch her boobs," and she says, "No, no, no." And then Lizzo started a chant like, "Touch her boobs, touch her boobs."
Okay. Well, they say that she was also super demanding, demeaning, and demoralizing to the point that one of the women peed herself because she was afraid to ask for a bathroom break. The women also claimed that they were banned from taking side jobs during pauses in Lizzo's tour. A couple of Lizzo's former employees who are not part of the lawsuit have stepped up to corroborate the woman's claims. Or the women's claims. The complaint also says that Lizzo's dance captain, Shirlene Quigley, made inappropriate sexual comments as she chastised other team members who engaged in premarital sex. Other claims include religious and racial harassment, false imprisonment, and interference with prospective economic advantage. Now, I will say this. I don't know anything about this story or these people or what they're saying.
What do you mean?
Except for when you accuse somebody and you say that you are banned from taking side jobs during pauses, typically in the music industry when you're on like a heavier tour like that, like a big money tour, employees, sound people, whatever, they are given retainers.
Right.
So you can't take other jobs, but you're paid for the time off.
Right. We have good friends that are on, that are guitar techs for very big bands, and they're on retainer. So basically, they say, "Hey, band wants a tour, you got to come."
Yeah.
So they're getting paid.
Yeah, I know a lot of sound guys that are on big, heavy tours, big money-making tours, and they'll only maybe tour 4 or 5 months out of the year, but they're paid for 12 months because they want them just in case they book a TV show or they book something that you can fly out and do what they want you to do. And that's okay. That's a standard practice, just so you know. Mortality, strangely enough, is a theme in the new Barbie movie. Anybody in this room seen it?
Nah.
Okay, well, it's not odd that people are choosing to be buried in now pink Barbie-themed caskets. We'll put a picture on the blog. You got to see these things. They are like full-blown Barbie gloss pink with gold handles. I mean, they're pretty awesome. And honestly, what makes this different than the Kiss casket?
Nothing. It's merchandising.
Cool. So there's a
merchandising.
There's a funeral home in Mexico that's offering them for a way for people to, quote, rest like Barbie. And apparently they're catching on, and a lot of Latin American countries like El Salvador are selling a good amount of them. You got to see the picture. We're going to put it up on the blog.
I thought, and I like this when you first said it, and bro, I want to trademark this right now before I say it out loud, so I know this is how it works, copyright, trademark. I know if I say that out loud, then I own it.
Yes.
Okay.
Put it out
there. Because I am a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I thought they were getting buried like in a Barbie box, as if packaged as a Barbie. And
like
I'm
with the plastic?
That would be kind of rad, dude. Like, you die, you get stuffed, and you get put into like a G.I. Joe box, like packaged up with all of like the accessories.
And has a little button on there.
And then like when the aliens dig up our failed race years from now when they visit Earth, they're like, whoa, what was this guy all about?
Yeah.
It has to have that little button on there where you can test the noises that it makes.
Look at that thing. Look. Oh,
you're in a package like as if you're on a shelf.
Yeah, bury me in like a package like you would buy a toy in, like when you used to go be a kid and be like, oh, Optimus Prime, dude.
Yeah, G.I. Joe.
So at the funeral home, during your wake,
you're up there.
You would be propped up.
I want to be hanging with one of those little.
Well, and put like the plastic ties on your arms and legs.
Yeah.
Like to
hold me in.
And you could have like a little briefcase or certain suits.
Accessories.
Yeah.
The little
I mean, that is legit.
I mean, that's kind of awesome looking.
Battle armor, damage edition.
How old's the fan base that's going to this movie?
It's all over. It's all
It's
over
adults.
Listen, I could spray paint anything pink and say it's Barbie.
Yeah, but this is like above and beyond. This is like the gold trim. It's the Barbie pink. It's glossy. It's got these flowers here. I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously it's a retrofitted standard casket made to look like a Barbie thing. But I mean, hell.
Okay,
if that's what you're into, it's for sale. We'll put a link up on the blog. The man who pulled his car out in front of Treat Williams, remember this motorcycle accident? Yeah. In Vermont, he is now facing a charge of, quote, grossly negligent operation with death. Robert Koss voluntarily met with police. He was processed and released. He's due back in court September 25th. Vermont State Police say that Williams died of severe trauma and blood loss when Koss made a left turn directly into the path of his bike and they collided. Williams was 71 years old. Speaking of death, Euphoria star Angus Cloud passed away. This happened on Monday. We didn't talk about it yesterday. We just kind of ran out of time, but got a little bit more information. Oakland PD and Fire Department responded to a 911 call made around 11:30 a.m. on Monday by Angus Cloud's mother. She reported a, quote, possible overdose and said that Angus did not have a pulse. He was eventually pronounced dead on the scene. Angus was only 25 and had just come back from Ireland where he was burying his father and his best friend.
And his best friend?
Yeah, it's a very sad story. He was going through some
Not
tough
two
times.
people, his father being his father and best friend. He completed filming 3 roles for upcoming projects right before his untimely death was announced on Monday. So those 3 projects, I guess, are going to still come out. But, 25 years old, man. Very sad loss. Very sad. Nickelodeon is going to air an alternate telecast of Super Bowl 58. It's more kid-focused and will most likely be, incorporate slime in some way and kind of do like a Nickelodeon version
They've done
of the
this
Super Bowl.
for some of the other playoff games over the past couple of years. It's cool to watch. I'd flip over every once in a while just to see how they do it. And it's very kid-friendly. If you want your kids to be interested in football, maybe this is a way to get them going. It's pretty neat the way
It's
they
got
do
good
it.
announcers, too.
It's not the first
last
time
time
Nick
we
has
did.
done NFL games, like you said, but it will be the first time a Super Bowl has had a second presentation. They did alternate feeds of wild card games in 2020 and 2021, and a Christmas Day game last year. They're doing another Christmas game this year. Super Bowl 58 is going to air on CBS February 11th, 2024. It all started with a simple 36G, but the bras at Drake shows just keep getting bigger. So this is like a thing. Remember that somebody threw up the 36G bra, and she said, and he said, "Damn, locate
Find me that
this,
woman."
locate this woman immediately." And then she got a Playboy deal. Well, during a show in D.C. over the weekend, 2 bras ended up on stage. One was an H, and the other was an L cup. He was pretty shocked when he saw the L,
H.
and he said, "How many letters does it go up to?" Drake's getting a little suspicious, though. He's thinking, and this is what he said: y'all just buying fake bras and throwing them on stage now. There's no way. Leonard Skinner dropping a 5-decade career-spanning box set on October 13th, 50 with a Y, F-Y-F-T-Y. It's going to include recordings from Skinner's early days in Muscle Shoals, their classics from the 70s, their 87 tribute tour, as well as their later albums like 2012's Last of a Dying Breed. The CD or digital set is going to include 76 rendition of Freebird from Atlanta's Fox Theater and a 2022 performance of Gimme 3 Steps from late guitar player Gary Rossington, his final show. Singer Johnny Van Zant shares the 40-page booklet's liner notes and said, "We miss Gary so much. He was my cheerleader. So now I'm going to have to remember his voice to keep my spirits up and keep this thing going as a tribute." So many people remember him and Ronnie, obviously, his brother, Ronnie Van Zant, and all the others who have been a part of this. So that is coming soon.
There is a Leonard Skinner documentary. I think it's called If I Leave Here Tomorrow. Anybody watch that?
Is it about Skinner or is it more about Muscle Shoals?
No, it's about Skinner. There's a Muscle Shoals documentary in itself, which is excellent.
Dude,
But the
being down
Skinner
there-
documentary is excellent.
That's where my mother-in-law's from, is right there, and she's been to the studio and knows. I mean, that is like such a part of that area, and such a cool, unique spot to go to.
I want to see it.
Yeah, my father-in-law and brother-in-law, they've all like done the tour of the studio, and they're like, yeah, it's like real small, and there's guys working in there, and they'll just tell you every single detail.
Well, the famous studio group was called the Swampers. And Skinner name checks them, and Muscle Shoals, they got the Swampers. And they plan on all these great historical tracks.
Very cool. I got a couple fun lists here. Here is a list that was put together of the most unusual things celebrities have in their homes. Here's some highlights. Sheryl Crow, little local ties. She has a bunch of traditional death masks that were created after a person passed away, including former presidents William McKinley and William Howard Taft. Kind of weird.
That's weird.
Robert Downey Jr., his house itself is a converted 19th century windmill, so he's living in a windmill. Rainn Wilson has a pig farm and a barn, and collectible gas station art, including Mobile's Pegasus logo, which has bullet holes.
Oh, yeah, okay, the mobile one, yeah.
Let's see. Neil Patrick Harris has a stretch portrait of Disney's Haunted Mansion ride. It's the man in striped boxers that's standing on dynamite. He also has a monkey bar that has taxidermied monkeys. Casey Musgraves has a joint from Willie Nelson in a frame. RuPaul has a disco room with 26 disco balls. Burlesque model Dita Von Teese has a taxidermy collection, including a tiger and a vintage feather collection. Zed has a Skittles dispenser the size of a vending machine. Cara Delevingne has a hidden vagina tunnel. I don't know what that means. And SNL's Chloe Fineman says she keeps her wig collection in her oven. Now, here's a fun thing. I got a poll of 2,000 people revealing America's favorite TV family. I bet you don't know number one.
America's favorite TV family.
America's favorite TV family, a recent poll of 2,000 people.
And this is of all time.
Of all time.
Okay, The Simpsons.
Yep,
Simpsons,
that's my
number 2.
Oh. So
Go with some classics. We can cover some classics here.
The Tim Allen's family and Home
Tim
Improvement.
Allen's family is number 7, the Taylor family from Home Improvement.
Family Matters.
Family Matters. Not on the list.
What about Roseanne's family, the Connors?
Oh, yeah, good.
Not on
Connors didn't make the list.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's brutal. Oh, it's the
Classist.
San Francisco. Why can't I think of the twins? Olsen twins.
Full House.
Full House.
The
Yeah,
Tanner
thank you.
family from Full House comes in at number 8.
Rafe.
It's probably something like the Gilmore Girls.
It's not.
Something that
Nope. These are all
would not.
these are all giant.
The
like,
Addams family.
these are giant.
The
sitcoms.
Addams family from the Addams family is number 5, and I'm going to go ahead and say, because you're not going to get this, play the song that I have over in the audio.
Is it Sopranos or something?
That would be an interesting family.
The reason I'm going to mention number 1 after being
Can I ask, is it live or animated?
it is live. The reason
Can we
I'm going to
guess?
mention number 1,
Is it comedy or not in comedy?
you're not going to get this, and it's because number 5 was the Addams family
give
from
us-
the Addams
So
family.
the Munsters?
Number 1 is the Addams family from. Play the song.
Wednesday.
It's from
So it's the Wednesday Addams
the
family.
Wednesday Addams family was voted by 2,000 recent people to be America's favorite TV family. Now, I still haven't seen it. This is a Danny Elfman song again.
It's great.
It is good.
It's a good
Yeah,
show.
but isn't that the same family?
same
technically?
family.
It's the
That
same
doesn't
family.
work.
So it made number 1 and number 5. Now, keep going. You're missing
Is
two.
the Munsters on there?
The Munsters are not on there.
I think
The
this.
Flintstones?
Let's go with the classic family show of all time.
All in the family.
No, guys.
Leave
the
it to Beaver.
The boxes with all the kids and
Oh, the Brady
parents.
Bunch.
Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch comes in at number 3. Number 4 is the Bundy family from Married with Children. Number 6.
They're like the worst family.
Modern Family.
Modern Family's not on here, but Everybody Loves Raymond. The Barone family.
What
is
about
number
Family
6.
Guy? The Griffins.
Family Guy not on here, but Parenthood. The Braverman family from Parenthood
How about
is on here.
the Marshes?
Nope.
from
Number
South
10 is a
Park?
classic from the 90s.
From the 90s.
The Winslow Family.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I said that Family Matters.
Oh.
Nope.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's right. The
Yeah.
Banks family from Fresh
Banks.
Prince of Bel-Air. As a bonus, I have the top 10 TV show best friends. So the best friend pairs.
6.
Boners to Bone from Growing Pains.
What did you say to me? No Growing Pains is on here.
What about Family Ties?
Family
Eaton family.
Ties. Nope, not
Oh,
on here.
Steve Urkel.
I'm just going to knock out Wednesday and Enid from Wednesday is number 2. Steve Urkel, who would be his best friend?
Carl.
Stefan.
No, not on there.
Wait, this is Best Friends from sitcoms?
Best Friends
The
from TV
Friends
shows.
from Friends.
Friends, Rachel and Monica, number 4.
Frasier's brother.
Niles.
Niles.
Nope, didn't
Always
make it.
Sunny.
Nope, didn't
Frank
make it.
and Charlie.
Millhouse.
Riz, what's wrong
Oh,
with
Millhouse.
yeah. Millhouse.
Riz?
What about the George Costanza?
There you go. Seinfeld, Jerry and George, number 8. I'll go number 10 was Kevin and Paul from the Wonder Years. Laverne and Shirley is number 9 for Laverne and Shirley. Corey and Sean from Boy Meets World got ranked number 7. Chandler and Joey from Friends, number 6. Number 5 is Robin and Steve from Stranger Things. Number 3, Walter and Jesse
That's a
Breaking
great one.
Bad.
yeah.
And number 1, nobody got this, and I have no idea how they made this
Give us
list.
a hint.
It's a cop courtroom show.
Bull and
It's a court show.
Stabler and
Starsky and
SVU.
Hutch. They were buddies, weren't they?
yeah.
You got it, dude. It is Elliot Stabler and Olivia Benson from Law and Order.
Oh, I never would have gotten that.
Come.
All right.
Fun list, though.
they were together a long time.
Celebrity birthdays as of yesterday. Former Cardinal Paul DeYoung is 30 today. Charlie XCX, the British singer, is 31. Edward Furlong, John Connor from Terminator 2, is 46. Jake from the Avatar movies, Sam Worthington, is 47.
How are you going to just
You
fly?
false about as a dead.
There you go. Thank you. You can't fly past that without the
Who
quote.
saved John Connor in Terminator Salvation.
Director Kevin Smith is 53. Nancy from Weeds, Mary Louise Parker, is 59.
Hey, that new Terminator Genesis, is that the newest one?
Yeah.
That's on Netflix. Is that worth a watch?
I haven't watched any of those new ones.
They're pushing it on me. I just wasn't sure.
Prince's girlfriend in Purple Rain, Apollonia, is 64. And Eddie Munster from the Munsters, Butch Patrick, is 70 years old today. Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Michelle Thorne. Today's birthday girl has been in 191 fine films, including All You Could Eat, Anal Anarchy, Badass Grandma 4, Big Boob Bangaroo 28, Feel or No Deal.
What's in the case?
Jim and Juice, that's GYM.
We get one more person in here. It's going to be anarchy. Oh, God. It's anal anarchy.
Lesbian Car Wash, and Who Could Forget a Roll? In 2001's If You Can't Lick 'Em, Join 'Em. Michelle Thorne is 44 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and it's time for Simpleton Trivia. Studio edition.
Studio edition.
Okay, so here's how it's going to work. Get you on the phone, and you pick a Rizz Show member. Well, myself, Moon, or King Scott. Okay, we will do the Simpleton Trivia today. And you have to bet if we will get all 10 questions correct in 45 seconds or not. That's it.
That's it. I have prepared 5 rounds of Simpleton Trivia, just as I would prepare it for the listening audience. And if you're so sure of yourselves and you're so sure that we're just as dumb as you are, and you know what? We don't know how this is going to go. We might eat crow. Maybe you guys do biff it. I don't know.
How about this? They could either pick a Rizz Show member and bet on whether we will do it or not, or they could do it themselves.
Ooh, that's a
you
good
pick.
one.
You pick.
Because it might be a brainiac.
What about that?
So they can bet on themselves, or they can pick a member and bet for or against you.
Yeah. Is that okay, Rafe?
It's fine with me, but I mean, these are simpletons calling in. That's a lot of choices.
I know.
So I'm not saying everyone that listens. I think we have some very smart fans. Somehow the simpletons keep getting through.
Simpleton Trivia is...
I think they think it's for them because it's called Simpleton Trivia. It's like, that's for me. It's not for you. It's not for you. It's called that because you can't, if you're a simpleton, you shouldn't play. Maybe I should explain that better.
Well, here's how the game works. You have to answer 10 questions, first grade level questions in 45 seconds. Okay? So you could either play yourself.
And I bumped these up for you guys. These might be up to 3rd grade level questions.
Okay. Okay, so put
Because
that
I want,
there.
if you guys win, I didn't want anyone saying I padded the stats.
Okay. You could do it yourself or pick myself, Moon, or King Scott to do it and bet on whether we could do it or not. It's up to you guys. Ghost tickets on the line, Modest Yahoo, G-Love special sauce tickets, Candlebox tickets, and tickets to go see Pierce the Veil. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Simpleton Trivia is next. So if you missed it earlier in the show, we had the Craigslist Freak of the Week. It's a playoff round, still round number 1. 4 past champions going at it. 2 of those ads moving on to round number 2 of the Freak of the Year playoffs. We did it on a Wednesday because we're not here tomorrow and Friday. I got family in town. Going to, spend some time with them.
Yeah.
My mom's in town. My brother and his family going to hit the town.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're going to go.
I heard you're going to grill some mountain oysters, too. That's going to be good.
Some Rocky Mountain oysters? Oh, yeah. Oh, man, it was a travel day for everybody. My brother and his family drove in from New York. My mom flew. I ain't driving. So, it's one of those, everybody gets in at different times, everybody's famished, want to make sure, there's dinner on the table by the time everybody gets there. Put some pork steaks in the crock pot.
Yummy?
I'd never made pork steaks at home. That's my first time.
Hey, welcome.
Now, I've eaten pork steak before, but I've never made it at home. And it was excellent. Excellent. So a whole bunch of pork steaks, put it in the crock pot, just covered them in a barbecue sauce, slow and low for 6 hours, and it was excellent. Excellent, excellent. I know people do them on the grill. I didn't. As the general in the pork steak army, Rafe.
Yes.
Is what I did acceptable, honestly?
Yeah, I'll accept it.
Okay. All right.
Field rations. Those are kind of like field rations, but it's fine.
I mean, everybody enjoyed it.
Everyone enjoyed it. We went slow and low, and that is key.
I mean, it was cut it with a fork. No knife needed. And it didn't go too far, because somebody said if you go too far with it, it gets to be like mealy and kind of a weird, slimy kind of texture.
Yeah.
But no, it was perfect.
Nice.
So people are going to give me crap I didn't grill them? Fine. Just so you know, everybody enjoyed it. Okay? And that's what counts.
Well, good.
Am I right?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Happy you're happy.
Good.
Did the out-of-town folks comment?
Oh, yeah. What is a pork steak?
And then when they found out?
This is excellent.
All right.
Dang.
Well, then you did your job as a representative
That's
of
it.
the Pork Steak Army.
That's
That's the
it.
most important thing.
That's it. Thank you.
Job well done.
Thank you. All right, let's give away some stuff. Well, I say let's give away some stuff, hopefully. Yesterday we had 5 people strike out.
We sure
It happens,
did.
man. It happens.
It's going to be different today.
Well, they're going to get their chance. All the crybabies are going to get their chance.
All right, it's Simpleton Trivia. So you guys on the phone will have a choice. You could pick one of us here in the studio to do the trivia, which is answer 10 questions in 45 seconds. Now, you'll bet on us. Will we get it or not get it? Will we be successful or will we strike out? Or you could choose to do the questions yourself. If you're so confident, Mr. Smart Guy. All right. Let's go to the phones. Let's try this out. Justin in Moscow Mills. Hello. Oh, I got to put the phone up. Hello. Hey, Justin. What's going on?
Oh, how's it going, guys? Good morning, Rizzuto Show. I'm actually one of the 2 people that won this, so I'm going to bet against you guys.
Okay, so you want one of us. So you actually have played this before, and were you successful?
Yes, I won tickets to the Burt Kreischer Fully Loaded.
Okay, so Justin is a former Simpleton Trivia winner.
Well done, Justin.
So
Champion.
you don't want to do it yourself?
No, I pushed my luck too much last time. I caught the buzzer, so I'm going to bet against you, Rizz.
Oh, so I'm going to play.
Oh, I like it. This
So
is the
I'm going
one.
to play,
Rizz?
and you're betting I don't get it.
And the bet
No,
is-
I'm betting you do get it.
Oh, you're betting I do. You're betting I do.
that's
get it.
awesome.
Oh,
Did not
okay.
sound like that's what you said. the
Yeah,
first
right.
time.
Question there?
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, I hope we
Sorry.
win.
So to be adjusted,
Yes.
official bet,
Yeah.
you're betting on Rizz to get all 10 questions.
I am. I have confidence in the man.
Oh, man, the
Pressure's on, brother.
I'm
Pressure's
I'm
on.
really nervous.
Yep, yep.
So,
yep. And you tend
as
to cheat
somebody-
at these things.
As
too.
a cheat? What?
What?
Who's
just
running the
slipped out.
buzzer? King Scott, you're going to be the official buzzer since Rizz is playing. I'm
Okay.
only giving you the 10 questions I'll be asking Rizz. I've cut these up. As you can see, no cheating. These guys have not
cheating.
seen these questions. King Scott, if he gets one wrong, do your best buzz.
Oh, man.
Shut it
My
down
hands are
since-
sweating, dude.
As they
Since
should
the
be.
buzz man is on the board.
As somebody who's
you
talked
have-
a lot of crap.
Somebody who's yelled at a lot of
you
people.
talked a ton of.
I've talked a ton of crap.
I love this. I love
The
this.
time will start after I finish the first question. Moon, official time keep.
I got
until
one
you
pass.
play. You get one pass,
one
and you do
pass.
have to answer the question eventually. Just don't get hung up and don't pass, and we'll see how you do. And We'll
Okay.
see if Justin is going to win, be a 2-time Simpleton Trivia champ. He's got a lot riding on the line here, dude.
okay,
This
okay.
is one of the winners.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
Scott Rizzuto.
Yes. Here
Are
we
you
go.
ready to play Simpleton Trivia
Let's
Studio
go.
Edition?
And time starts as soon as Rafe is done reading the question. Okay, here we go.
Everyone ready?
Yes.
Here we go. First question.
Mm-hmm.
How many pennies make $1?
100.
What is a baby cow called?
A calf.
Who's the author of Harry Potter books?
J.K. Rowling.
What color is a giraffe's tongue?
Black.
What is a baby horse called?
A foal.
How many legs does an ant have?
6.
Who wrote Hamlet?
Shakespeare.
What is 15 minus 5?
10.
What is the national bird of the United States?
The eagle.
Who invented the light bulb?
Edison.
Boom.
Whoa.
10 for 10.
10 for 10,
With 12
bitches.
seconds
10
left on the
for
clock.
10, bitches. Justin, we won.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought a giraffe's tongue was purple.
It can
Black
be
or
blue
blue.
or black.
Black or dark blue.
Okay.
Justin,
Both
winner,
acceptable
hang
answers.
on.
Nice.
Justin,
Wow.
2 for 2. And, where's all my simpleton crybabies now? First one out of the gate, the big man himself put it all on the line with 11 seconds to spare. Got all 10 questions.
Man, if they're smart, they're just going to keep picking them.
Wow,
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
We put Rizz through the ringer on all 5.
Because you, 40 questions and you're probably going to miss one.
Do you see what I did? I just put my head down and just went forward, guys. I just
You
went.
did
I
good.
You did. You did a good job, man.
Thank you, Rafe. Amanda.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
I am going to say Moon's going to do it.
So
boy.
Moon is
Oh,
gonna
boy.
is going to actually do it, though, right?
Yes.
She's betting on Moon getting all 10 correct
I don't like
in
this.
45 seconds.
Betting on Moon. Amanda,
I like this. I appreciate you, Amanda.
you have
Okay.
one opportunity to change your bet.
I hope I don't let you
have
down.
my faith in you.
No, she's got her faith in it.
All right, the ball is
that's a good
spinning in the
call.
roulette wheel. It's starting to bounce. I'm about to say no more bets. We're
No more
betting on
bets.
Moon.
Here we go.
You guys need to switch places, right?
Nah,
He
You
can
can
start,
do
he
the
can start
timer.
the timer.
You can start the timer.
Yep, you just watch the timer. I can't watch it.
All right.
Give me
You
the
actually have a buzzer,
I
so
have
here
the
are the
buzzer.
10 questions I'll be asking Moon.
Okay. All
If he
right.
gets one wrong, feel free to send him to
Oh,
Buzzland.
no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude, it's nerve-wracking.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Moon Valjean,
Yes, Rafe.
are you ready to play?
Been born ready,
Simpleton
sir.
Trivia
I hope-
Studio Edition. Don't embarrass our family.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Moon Valjean, what is a group of lions called?
Pride.
What is the tallest mountain in the world?
Let's just say Everest.
Which mythical animal symbolizes good luck in Chinese culture?
Is that a grasshopper?
Gone. Mythical animal, a grasshopper.
Oh, dragon.
Dragon.
Luck dragon.
Mythical animal, a
Yeah,
grass.
I didn't.
Sorry,
know the word
Amanda.
mythical. Sorry,
Out.
Amanda. I'm sorry. I blew it. I blew it.
3 questions in.
Dang, dragon. I didn't hear mythical.
John
Devin.
embarrassed our
I
family.
heard animal.
Yes,
luck.
sir.
All
Sorry.
right, what are you
sorry,
gonna do?
Amanda. I'm so sorry.
Boy, we're going to get lit up for that, dude. Here it comes.
That's fine.
What are we going to do, Devin?
I love you guys, and I have faith in you. But I think I'm gonna go for my luck. I'm gonna
Yeah, buddy.
Balls there.
Oh,
like
what's your
it.
name?
Like
What's,
that.
who's this guy's name?
Devin.
I lost it. Devin?
Devin.
Wow.
I like your fly by the seat of your pants.
Yeah.
Cocksure style,
Rafe,
Devin.
Rafe, I love you. Take it easy on me.
Oh, I mean, the
I
rule-
mean, it is what it is, brother. The questions
the
are
die has been cast.
die has been cast.
Oh, you got the list here for me, Rafe?
I do. Here you go. Here are the questions that Devin will be answering. Let me make sure. Yep,
buzz.
those are the right ones.
Okay.
So you can buzz him.
All right, here we
Bet
go.
Devin. Bet on self.
Okay.
I like your style, man. Devin, are you ready to play Simpleton Trivia Studio Edition?
Let's rock it.
All right, Devin. Question 1. What is 7 multiplied by 3?
21.
What is the name of the dog in Wizard of Oz?
Toto.
How many days are there in a non-leap year?
365.
What is the biggest planet in our solar system?
Jupiter.
What is the capital of France?
Paris.
In what sport would you use a shuttlecock?
Badminton.
What is the chemical symbol for hydrogen?
H.
In Greek mythology, who is the king of the gods?
Zeus.
Who is the 16th president of the United States?
Lincoln.
Sir Isaac Newton discovered what invisible force?
Gravity.
Yeah, Devin. Yeah.
4 seconds to
4
go.
seconds to go.
Woo! And Devin walked a little taller that day.
All right, hang on, Devin.
Nice.
Devin, nice
4
job.
seconds to go. Nice job, man.
Smooth. He was smooth.
Smooth.
Rob Thomas, Carlos Santana.
Man, I was trying to go too fast. I didn't listen to the full question.
That's
Trying to go too fast.
Doug.
Yes.
All right, Doug, what do you want to do?
I'm going to choose you, Rizz. I don't know if you're going to be able to do it this time.
Oh, so you're betting I don't do it.
I'm betting you don't do it this time.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
Rob Thomas. That's what I've been waiting for.
I'm going to prove you wrong, Doug.
Bet
Oh,
against
again, damn it.
Scott Rizzuto.
He did.
Playing for Doug. Doug says I won't do it.
All right. I got Moon on the
Oh, I can't wait to prove him wrong.
on the keys. I'm going to put Scott on the
Scott on the
tambourine.
buzz. Scott on the buzz.
Scott on the buzz.
Okay.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Idiot. Whatever. Anything you've ever wanted to say to him, now's your chance to get it out.
Doug
Love
says
you,
I
boss.
can't do it.
Doug says you can't do it. Scott Rizzuto, are you ready to prove Doug wrong
Let's
in your
go.
second round of Simpleton Trivia Studio Edition?
Let's go.
All right. Moon, are you ready? Mm-hmm. King Scott, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let us begin. What is the main ingredient in guacamole?
Avocados.
Matt Groening created what long-running animated
Simpsons.
series? Who invented the telephone?
Graham Bell.
Who is known as the king of pop?
Michael Jackson.
What is the currency of Japan?
The yen.
What does CPU stand for in computing?
Computer processing unit.
Buzz.
No?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Central Processing Unit.
I just saw the processing. I was like, how did he get
Oh, Doug, you jerk. You won.
Doug. I was waiting for the buzz. I was like, did he say something I didn't say?
Scott's
All right, hang
still
on.
there like,
You had one job, Scott.
I know. I saw
Come
the
on,
processing unit, and I'm like, dude, he got that right.
Scott's so bad at Simpleton Trivia, he had the answers and couldn't get
Yeah, I would not pick me. Do not pick
Central
me.
both
processing
Scotts.
unit.
Central.
I've heard CPU before. I just
never.
didn't. And
I always thought it was
too.
computer.
How
was
many
a wild
questions
card.
did I have to go?
4. I think you'd have gotten them all.
Yeah, easily.
Rizz crapped out Doug.
hey, man, it happens.
Doug bet against the room and won. Man, you guys are proving me.
You know what, Rafe?
What?
That was a tough one.
Well, it was a tough one. You were rocking and rolling. I'll give you that.
Jen?
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to do?
Let's give King some exercise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, this is a good choice.
All right, here,
King
give me-
Scott, now, do you think he's going to do it or not do it?
Oh, you-
No offense to him, but I'm saying probably no.
Betting against King Scott.
Dude, that was so sad. I was like, honestly, bro, you got to do this, man. She said, "Let's give King Scott some exercise," like you were a pet who had taken a head wound.
She's basically saying, bless his heart.
Yeah.
Bless his
yeah.
heart. Let's let him go out and play.
Let's give
Just
him a
put him in the
chance.
yard. He'll chase his tail for a while.
Hey, I want her to know that in school I was actually a really good student. I was about a C-
Okay,
average.
well.
So
Oh my! Well, I was
yeah.
homeschooled, so I probably
well,
wouldn't
All
have-
right, Jen, to be clear, you're choosing King Scott, and you are not betting on him.
correct.
You are betting against him.
Yeah. Sorry, King.
was she trying to win?
Oh, here we go.
Yo, this. I mean, I can't think of a more difficult scenario for one of us to be doing this game and want it so bad to know that if you succeed, you're taking tickets away from
That's
her.
on
Yeah,
them,
but it's
dude.
better because she's betting against you, so you have screw her.
It's
Yeah.
on them.
I'm just saying, what
But
a
if I
scenario.
lose, you know it's because I have a heart, and that's why.
Sure. Here we go.
All right.
Timer's ready.
Here we go.
All right.
Make them tough.
King Scott, are you ready to play your round of
I'm
Simpleton
ready.
Trivia? Are we ready on the buzzer and the
Ready,
clock?
ready.
Everything's ready.
What is 3 times 9?
21.
And you win tickets.
Congratulations, Jen. You win.
27.
All right, you chose wisely.
Oh my goodness.
27.
Way to go, Jen.
Thank you very much.
Well, we could play another one since I have questions now.
Not a lot of math in Shalbina.
No.
No, we got to move on.
This is not
All right.
a strong
my
suit.
gosh.
Got to move on.
Next time.
Way to go, Scott. Hey, you did it on purpose. You wanted Jen to win tickets, right?
Dude, totally wanted her to win.
Hey, man, way to go, buddy.
Totally wanted her to win.
What a short. Let's take him out for some exercise. That was a short walk. He just took that dog on a short walk.
Can I go take a nap
It's
now?
raining.
God.
Let's go back
All right.
inside.
All right. That's how Simpleton Trivia works. Jeez. I think we ought to play it that way from now on.
Yeah, that's fun and stressful, and I'm
Yeah.
sure entertaining.
Yeah.
I like it.
Man,
Bunch of
I
dummies.
cannot
Bunch
believe
of
what
dummies.
just happened in this room. You guys, I'm going to catch hell for this.
Well, I'm disappointed for one. Bunch
You
of
did
idiots
one.
working here.
You did one.
You did
You
good.
took one down to the wire and
Yeah,
won
you
tickets
won.
for
I know,
somebody.
but I didn't get it. I didn't. Nah, I got one wrong.
But as a group, 1 for 3. 1 for 3 getting sent back down to the minors to work on their swing. You guys just got sent down to AAA Memphis. Yeah, he's hitting a lot of ground balls. You got to stop doing that.
I'm on the IL at the moment.
All right, we got to take a break. All right, we got some news coming up next. You guys know what incandescent bulbs are?
Let me think. I think I bought some.
We all have some at our house.
Okay.
But, yeah, those are going to be no more.
Incandescent
bulbs. The bulbs with the filaments inside.
Oh, okay. So incandescent is just not,
They got the what is it, tungsten inside?
Old school, but it's like the in-between school. It's not like the super old stuff, but it's not the LED stuff that we're using now.
It's going to be all LED from now on. And I'll give you the details next.
I think our house is probably all LED by this point already anyway.
So I'm going to guarantee that 2 people in this room attended church camp at some point. Not you, Rafe.
Yeah, that would be a good bet.
Yeah, not me. Oh, Moon and King Scott.
How'd
you guys
get
go
that?
to church camp as teenagers?
How'd you ever guess?
Huh.
Yeah, I don't remember it being called church camp, but I went to one like youth group retreat, like a youth retreat.
But affiliated with the church?
I'd
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that's a
Okay,
camp.
that's
Yeah,
a
I guess
church
that's
camp.
church camp.
I guess
Yeah,
it's
just
church
never-
camp.
Man, we had a cool one we went to is on Lake of the Ozarks called Windermere, and it's one of the most fun places.
I'm sure it was.
Dude, it's awesome.
Did you ever think while you were at church camp or youth group camp, like, hey, if I sneak off and commit some crimes, nobody would be the wiser? Did you ever think that?
No, we knew not to throw rocks at the bats. That's about.
Oh, headline,
Gotta be
teens attending church camp accused of string of robberies in Rockaway Beach.
Oh, man.
That's in Oregon.
Okay.
I got to be honest, I probably wasn't. I was like a really, really good kid, but I got in some deep trouble with some of the youth stuff for doing something. I didn't rob anything.
I mean, this is
Okay, I didn't rob anything, but I will tell you a story.
Pretty bad.
I did disappear, and I got in major.
You disappeared to do what, though?
Well, this is going to be the mooniest moon story of all time.
Oh,
Because,
God. Here we go.
So we were in Yellowstone. We were out in Wyoming building some houses or building a church for like this real like poor community out in the middle of Wyoming. And on the way back, we went to Yellowstone. And I've been to Yellowstone before. And we stayed in like these cool cabin kind of things. It had like a front cabin and a back cabin. So 2 different doors, but they also link in the middle, you know?
Yeah.
And it was kind of by the lodge, somewhat near Old Faithful. And some of the spots out there have those, remember those wood bridges we were talking about without the railings that go like deep into the woods and go through geysers and all that kind of stuff? Well, I had somewhat known the area a little bit. And we had a little bit of free time. And with these youth trips and all this kind of stuff, you don't get a lot of free time sometimes. And the youth pastor says, all right, y'all, you have, 90 minutes or something like that before we got to be back here for a Bible study or something in one of these cabins.
Something exciting, I'm sure.
And I was like, yo. There's a Emerald Pool, one of my favorite spots. It's over here. And we just, it's just a small jog into the woods over this way and, that kind of thing. Who's coming with me? I did that. And my girlfriend at the time and her best friend and maybe like 2 other people joined us. And I think my brother might have been one of them too. And I took him back there and I tour guided it. And I was like, oh yeah. I remember this geyser. And if we go a little bit further, there's another spot. Well, we didn't get so much lost except for we were so deep and the sun went down. And it was well past.
Did they have to send a search party for you?
I think they did, but they certainly didn't go in the direction that we went. We were deep in Yellowstone. And when we ended up coming back, I knew we were in heavy trouble here, man, heavy. And we approached the cabin where everybody was, and they were all like sitting silently. And you could tell like this was a dark moment, and I didn't know what to do. So idiot kids, instead of going in and being like, hey, we're safe, we're here, because you guys are worried about our safety, our lives, we saw the bus driver, who's not affiliated with the youth group or anything. He was watching a movie in the bus, so we're like, well, we'll just go in there and hang out with him. So we went in there and wasted more time, like 30 minutes. And then my buddy Adam comes out, and he sees us, and he points at his watch and goes in and tells the youth pastor. And, dude, I was in such deep trouble.
Well, you know what they do at church camp, right, Rafe? They crucify him.
Yeah. No, you know what they do is they lock you in your cabin, and you're not allowed to leave. And then if somebody
hold you hostage.
And then if somebody comes in and catches you, and you're supposed to be alone in your cabin, but your girlfriend and her friends are in there, you're in even more trouble. So I was in trouble for months after that.
Well, that's not as exciting as what these two kids did at this
I didn't
church
rob
camp.
nothing, but I did some stupid stuff.
So 2 teens, a 16 and a 17-year-old arrested for a string of thefts that took place, I guess, earlier that week. They were arrested on July 21st. Video surveillance from one of the robberies shows the teens pointing knives at the clerk while trying to steal stuff. Alcohol, vape pens from this convenience store.
Oh, my gosh.
Golly.
After the
That's a
store
party.
owners posted screen grabs from the surveillance video, a member of the public identified the teens as like, hey, weren't these two at the leadership workshop at the local youth church camp?
So this is after the camp. I was in hopes this is like maybe the first day where they haven't quite learned any great lessons yet.
So they're taking the vapes and the booze to the camp?
To the
Yeah.
camp. Yes.
Whoops.
Yes. Yes. That's what these two kids were doing when they snuck off.
Yeah. Hey, we've all fallen short. Right?
They were probably building a church for the local community, and they just snuck off and robbed
Hey,
at
man.
knife point a convenience store for alcohol and vape pens.
Nothing like building some shelter.
You know
and-
what? They realized that maybe the clerk had an issue with those drugs, so they got rid of those.
That's it.
Sure.
That's it.
Those
These
church
are-
camps, I've heard about a lot of them getting pretty wild, pretty weird and wild.
They were just stealing the stuff so they could destroy it because that's the
That's
devil
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
They're pouring it out in the
Makes
parking
sense.
lot.
Yep.
Makes sense.
They were pouring out the
Why
devil's
were you
brew.
selling it to all of your classmates
Wow.
to see who was evil?
Yes,
Oh,
to
yeah.
test, and y'all failed.
I will tithe.
Y'all failed. Let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by.
It's sponsored by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your news source.
So it's an end of an era. The sale of common incandescent light bulbs has been banned in the U.S. Banned. But it's been a long time coming, so here's what you need to know. Incandescent bulbs have been phased out in favor of LEDs. And they've been phasing them out for years because incandescent bulbs are inefficient, both for your pocket and for the environment. The Department of Energy says the average American family will save $100 a year, or $3 billion collectively as a result of these rules. It will also reduce energy costs for schools and businesses. The rules are also projected to reduce carbon emissions by 222 million metric tons over 30 years, which I guess let's just say is significant. LEDs last at least 30,000 to 50,000 hours versus about 1,000 hours for incandescent bulbs. So most families, businesses, and manufacturers have already made the switch. Incandescent bulbs, the old school bulbs with the filaments inside.
Yeah. They have the cool, warm light.
So an energy economist put it this way. Going from an incandescent to an LED is like replacing a car that gets 25 miles a gallon with another that gets 130 miles a gallon. Now, the move to ban incandescent bulbs has been a bipartisan effort for decades. The ball really got rolling with the Bush administration and was continued during Obama's presidency. Halted during the Trump years, Biden relaunched the program. And about a year ago, retailers were told that the ban was coming and they should start phasing incandescents out. The basic idea is that bulbs will now have to emit a minimum of 45 lumens or brightness per watt. Most LEDs do far better with at least 75 lumens per watt. Traditional incandescent bulbs provide just 15 lumens per watt. But not all incandescent bulbs are gone. So this is for common incandescents that have readily available LED equivalents. There are specialized incandescent bulbs which will remain available, like appliance lamps, including fridge and oven lights, black lights, infrared lamps, bug lamps, plant lights, traffic signals, reflector lamps, and other specialty lights, including marine lamps and some odd-sized bulbs. And you don't have to throw out your old stuff. You can continue to use whatever light bulbs you like, as long as they still work. So, there you go. Incandescent bulbs. You had a good run. R.I.P. See you down the road. I don't know.
You know, we
See you in heaven.
We made a big mistake. We were switching, like, have a whole finished basement, right? And you got the drop ceiling, and we were switching all the old lights, like you're talking about, the incandescent bulbs, into LED bulbs, just because efficiency, less heat, all that kind of stuff. So I bought boxes. They come in like 8 boxes, and you get them a lot cheaper if you get boxes. And what I didn't realize is when I put them all in and turn everything on, it's like 20 bulbs. It was the wrong kind of white. Like it was like it was like a doctor's office.
What's the one like? It's a soft white versus daylight.
Yeah, and I have boxes. If anybody needs them, I have boxes of the dentist's office bright
And that's
white.
the daylight ones, right?
Don't ask me.
I always forget.
Because there's, because I know they say warm. Like you got to look at.
There's soft white and there's daylight.
Yeah.
Which is which? Which is the yellowish one?
That's got to be soft.
I think that's
got to be soft.
Man,
Well, whatever I did, I made the mistake. I have on my basement refrigerator, I have boxes and boxes of light bulbs because I redecked the entire house.
Every time I go to get bulbs, I screw that up.
Yeah, me too.
What are the boxes of? The daylight ones or the other ones?
The dentist office ones, because then I had to buy more boxes of the other ones.
Which are what?
But I don't know. That's what I'm trying, I don't want to say it because I don't want somebody else
Look it
to
up.
have this problem because of me.
The Wi-Fi here is crushing it.
Daylight.
Well, we got old school. We got
soft
now
white.
we have collectibles.
Soft white are the orange.
Are the
are the
yellowish.
yellow ones.
Yeah,
the
that's
yellow orange
the
ones, like the
warmer
ones we
color.
have in here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Daylight are the white ones.
We have
Which should be
we have
banned.
tungsten yellows in here too. We got the double ding. These are now collector's items.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think
They've been talking about changing them to daylight bulbs for months.
I think the daylight ones need to be banned.
You
Daylight
could be
ones are the
banned. They
ones
all
to
have their
avoid.
spot, but what
It's
do you
an
mean?
ugly, ugly, horrendous light. Maybe at an airport, but that's about it, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it has its purpose, just not in my house. But-
Daylight bulbs are the ones to avoid. You know how you make it all the way to the gate at the airport, and then they tell you the plane is overbooked, and they're offering people cash to take a later flight. Has anybody ever taken them up on that?
I don't think so. I think I've been tempted. Yeah, I don't think I've done it. I know. I remember we were coming back from somewhere, and they did that, and they were overbooked by many. And we had a couple crew members that took the cash because they're like, "Oh, we're going home. We got nothing. We got no place to be. I'll just sit around."
Listen, if you're traveling alone, you don't with your family, you don't have any place to be at a certain time. Sometimes that's got its its benefits. Hey, man, I'll take the airline miles or I'll take the cash. Well, that's happening at a college. A small school in Vermont called Middlebury College is dealing with an over-enrollment, and they're offering upperclassmen $10,000 to delay their education to ease the overcrowding.
Whoa.
Yes, they're paying them not to go to school.
Hey, is it an option where if they take that money and go do a semester that's transferable elsewhere and then come back?
I do not know, but a spokesman says they typically have 2,500 to 2,600 students, but enrollment this fall could be closer to 2,900. They didn't accept too many kids. The freshman class is about 600. The surge is from students coming back after taking time off during the pandemic.
No.
Now, for now, the offer's been made available to juniors and seniors who take a leave of absence for the fall semester and winter term. They're hoping to get at least 30 students to take them up on it. The deadline to apply is today. It's a tempting offer.
If they can, I'll take them up on it. I'm just a nice guy like that.
They'll take a semester off. Yeah.
Seems like you need to go back.
Maybe you need it, buddy. 9
After
times
that
3.
trivia, you can't. You need all the schooling you could get.
3 times 9 is 21. I think you need to go
higher-
up
the
to
higher the-
Merrimack and see if you can give them $10,000.
Yeah, the higher the number, the better I do. I need more numbers.
You should have asked me what a jillion times a billion was.
Enough.
It's true.
Bed Bath & Beyond closes stores, right?
Gone, yeah.
All the Bed Bath & Beyond is gone. But the brand lives on. After Bed Bath & Beyond filed for bankruptcy, Overstock.com bought the rights to the name. And yesterday, BedBathAndBeyond.com launched to bring you the household goods you remember.
Nice.
So it's BedBathAndBeyond.com. Now, a statement from Overstock said, Bed Bath & Beyond is a much-loved and well-known consumer brand which had an outdated business model that needed modernizing. Through this rebranding, we're breathing new life into Bed Bath & Beyond, positioning it as an asset-light e-commerce retailer with an expanded home furnishings and furniture assortment. Sadly, those blue 20% off coupons won't be coming back.
Yeah, man, you figure if they restructure that, that's like a good, I mean, those products were pretty dope. It was almost like the as seen on TV Walmart.
Yeah,
It was like the Walmart for as seen on TV, like QV. It's like a Walmart QVC mix. Which I understand doesn't make sense in a brick and mortar anymore. But like, dude, online, if they had a presence, I would probably visit that website for all sorts of gifts and think about wedding registries and all that.
Decent stuff there. And finally, have you ever had a frozen banana?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Could be a healthy summer snack or a weapon, apparently. Cops in eastern Pennsylvania are trying to track down a person who's been throwing frozen bananas at passing cars. This happened out near Philly. They've done it to at least 5 different drivers, and one person's dash cam got it on video. The banana was thrown from the window of a pickup coming from the other direction. Police say it sounds like, a funny prank, but it's actually dangerous. It could cause a crash, of course. One woman it happened to had her window down and got hit by, quote, debris from the banana. Some of it also flew past her and hit her car seat in the back. Luckily, she didn't have any kids with her. If you're doing 50 and they're doing 50 coming the other way, that's like a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. The video is pretty blurry. All they know is the truck is two-tone. But if the person's caught, they could face vandalism charges or worse. So do not throw frozen bananas from your pickup truck. Yeah. That's today's lesson.
Great summer snack is a frozen chocolate banana. You had that before?
Yeah, I have. I think they sell those at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, there's a couple different brands that package them now, and they are just so excellent.
Pretty good.
So good. You don't like those?
No, if I tell you what I'm in my head, I was thinking there's always money in the banana ram. Yep. That's all. Because they were throwing frozen bananas out of a truck.
And you were thinking it was one of the Bluths.
Yeah.
Yep.
Banana
Balboa Island. The great.
You were thinking one of the Bluths driving by and a pickup truck throwing frozen bananas. I got it. I thought the
Mario
same
Kart.
Thing. The same thing. All right, we got to take a break. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some sports, a little bit of food news, and some of your emails to wrap it up. It's 9:15. It's Wednesday. Another look at your traffic and weather, Moon, coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WW2 Raceway. IndyCar returns August 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now. We got a shoulder block due to a crash, 270 westbound at Lilac Avenue. Your point forecast, most of the morning rain will end with a few lingering showers here and there, but then a new round of storms is possible tonight. High of 83, low of 70. Right now it is 70 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
Hey, who would you put on the Mount Rushmore of St. Louis sports? Think about that. Think about it over the break. How many are on Mount Rushmore? 4?
4.
Think about who you would put on the Mount Rushmore of St. Louis sports, and we'll chop it up next. So the sporting news, which I didn't know was still around. Remember getting the sporting news? It was like a newspaper.
I don't remember. Here in St. Louis.
Is that a St. Louis company?
I believe it is.
There's an old sporting news building.
Huh. I didn't know
downtown.
that was a St. Louis company. I know I had a buddy who subscribed to the sporting news, and it was actually a physical paper. I'm sure everything's online now. But yeah, sporting news was a cool, cool thing to read. But they're doing a summer series called the Sporting News Goat Mountain, greatest of all time mountain. So sports enthusiasts have spent hours researching, comparing and naming the Mount Rushmore of several 4-sport and 3-sport cities. Okay.
Did we make the cut?
Yeah. So there is a St. Louis Goat Mountain.
Okay.
So who would we be? And I'll give you the sporting news list.
This is going to be different from St. Louisans are going to say something different than the rest of the nation about St. Louis Mount Rushmore.
These were sports enthusiasts.
I know.
So these people know their sports. I'm sure St. Louis people were involved in naming.
Dude.
Okay.
During the break, it was hard for me to pick 4 Cardinals.
I know. This is...
You can only pick 4.
Even if you just gave me the Cardinals Mount Rushmore, I think I can make an argument, a strong argument for 6.
Yeah, I have 3 definites, and 2 of them are Cardinals related. And then my alternates for number 4, 2 of them are Cardinals.
I'll tell you what Sporting News said after you give me your Mount Rushmores. All right, I'll start with Scott. Scott, your 4 to go on the Mount Rushmore of St. Louis sports players.
I'm going to go with Stan the Man.
Stan Musial.
Brett Hall. And I know this is a weird one, but because he spent his whole career here, so I'm staying with Yadier Molina.
Okay.
And then, even though this guy was not here very long, I think he made a huge impact on the city, and he did quite an amazing thing for us, and that was Kurt Warner.
Okay.
I know that's a weird one, but
I think that's a solid 4.
Solid 4, dude. And we'll never see. He'd be the only Super Bowl winner in St. Louis ever because we'll never get a team again.
Okay.
So, like, it's even more impactful now.
Moon, you're 4 to go on the St. Louis Goat Mountain.
My number 1 is Jack Buck.
Jack Buck, ineligible because he didn't play. It's only players.
Only players? Okay, then I'll go ahead.
Sports
I'll go ahead and I'll
players.
put him Musial.
Stan Musial.
In place of Jack Buck. My number 2 is Kurt Warner.
Okay.
Because of what happened with this city and sports and football. I mean, we had missed out on the Cardinals. Then what he did with the Rams was just, dude, Rizz, I wish you were here. I wish you were here for it.
That was one of the most fun seasons.
We've experienced some incredible things. That Stanley Cup run was incredible, but I'm telling you, nothing I don't think will ever compare to what happened.
Yeah, I just missed
year. It was just
missed it.
Just dream-worthy.
Okay,
Number
so
3.
Stan Musial, Kurt Warner.
My number 3 is Ozzie Smith.
Ozzie Smith.
Oh,
Okay.
duh. Yep.
My
The
number
big one.
4, I don't want to leave the Blues out, but Hull is not, because, he left and won the Cup with Dallas or whatever. I put McGuire or Pujols, and I know a lot of people are going to kick McGuire right out of it.
Pujols was in my.
How can you, though?
But that's what I'm saying. For me, the McGuire experience and everything that was felt like as
Say
close
baseball, dude.
to
It
the
felt like the Warner thing.
to the Kurt Warner thing as
the
as
greatest
as
show
I
on turf
could
and him.
experience. So McGuire, it's either McGuire or Hull for number 4.
Okay. You got to pick one, though. I need a definitive number
I mean,
4.
personally, I would take McGuire, but I can understand if I'm
So I
wrong.
think he put us in Hollywood the most too.
All right, so Rafe, who is your St. Louis Goat Mountain?
This is tough. One thing that's tough for me is Wayne Gretzky did play here. Granted, he didn't play a bulk of his career, but he did play for the St. Louis Blues.
What, 16 games?
I don't know, but he is the greatest hockey player of all time, and he did play here.
But did he make an impact in St. Louis?
I am taking him off, but I wanted to at least mention that I'm acknowledging he did play here.
Like the literal greatest of all time.
And if I
did
can't
play.
put him in, I can't put any hockey player in.
Okay.
So it's going to be rough, but I'm not putting a St. Louis Blue on the Mount Rushmore, and I know that's going to piss a lot of people off. If I did, I guess it would be Brett Hull.
Yeah, we're together on that.
I had Ozzie number 1.
Okay.
Because I think as far as impactful and becoming synonymous with the city of St. Louis, I cannot think of another greatest shortstop to ever played. I'm going to go Kurt Warner.
Okay.
Because I do think now that we have bargained ourselves right out of ever having a team again, the fact that he won multiple Super Bowls here is more impactful. And he was a good player. I'm going to go. This is tough. I'm going McGuire because I do think, I know that people have their problems, but I do think that I think that McGuire-Sosa home run race saved Major League Baseball at a time that it was in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Cardinals logo is everywhere because
And the
of
Cardinals, and I think it made the Cardinals, it made the Cardinals a national team again.
Yep.
Which I think that was where.
I need one more.
All right,
it.
I'm going to go.
You and me are
is-
3 for 3.
Here's my argument. I got Bob Gibson on my list.
It's a great one. That was on my backup.
I got Stan Musial on my list, which is tough. I'm going to put Bob Gibson in there. I'm
Okay.
going to say Bob Gibson is
Well
my number
deserved.
4.
Okay. Well, I will say that y'all had at least one person on
Only
everybody's
one?
list.
Yeah.
Maybe different ones.
made
Can
the
I guess
actual-
what? Can I guess one that you're going to have that we wouldn't have had?
This is from the Sporting News. Go ahead.
Yogi Berra.
No.
They're going to put Warner on there.
Now, these were all people that played in St.
Oh,
Louis.
okay.
So Yogi Berra, yes, from St. Louis,
Yeah.
obviously from the Hill.
Legend, but
Okay. So the Sporting News, Goat Mountain, St. Louis, Stan Musial, he's on theirs. Mm-hmm. Bob Gibson, he's on the mountain.
Wow.
Brett Hull is on the mountain, and Albert Pujols is on the mountain.
Yeah,
Pujols was
Pujols
also an
deserves it,
alternate.
man.
Stan, Albert, Bob, and Brett Hull. So 3 Cardinals, 1 Blue, no Rams. Now, Kurt Warner, yes. Ozzie Smith, yes. Yadier Molina, yes. Could you make an argument for Marshall Faulk? Yes.
Heck yeah.
Maybe.
Can you make an argument for maybe Willie McGee? Okay,
Yeah.
maybe.
So who are there for? Stan?
Stan, Albert, Bob, and Brett Hall.
And Vince Coleman.
The fact that nobody said Jackie Joyner-Kersee,
Oh, my gosh, you're right.
probably the greatest
Well, you
woman.
said 3 to 4 sports cities, which made me think we're dealing with football,
Yes,
baseball,
yes, but-
basketball.
You said
I didn't think that was
and you
a
said
thing.
St. Louis sports. That's like Yogi Berra territory.
Okay.
Sure,
Interesting.
okay. I
But-
can see that being a gray area. I don't know. I just threw that in myself.
her
Like, I was
impact-
thinking of people,
Sure.
St. Louis
But
people.
she keeps, sports happening in St. Louis. Like, she has a ton of places for kids and all that kind of stuff. And what she's done for her town's pretty amazing.
Man,
Like, sports-wise and helping kids.
you said I don't think there can be an argument for McGee. No, certainly not before Ozzy. And Ozzy is the urge of St. Louis. I mean, he's our freaking king. But like, if you talk to people now in New York, are they remembering Ozzy Smith like we know Ozzy Smith?
I don't know. I would if I wasn't living here. Ozzie Smith was always the backflip guy.
Right. But I'm saying like everybody outside of St. Louis now, do they know Ozzy Smith
backflip
like
guy.
we know
He was a
Ozzy
backflip
Smith?
guy.
And the answer I think is no.
Called him the Wizard, dude. He was so good at playing shortstop.
Well, remember,
He
growing
made
up,
such crazy plays and throws.
all I saw Ozzie Smith was during the All-Star game. Because as a Yankee fan,
Yeah.
Right.
the American League didn't play the National League.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with Ozzy. Ozzy has some great stats, and he was a great batter, but he wasn't a home run hitter. He didn't have like the stats that people look at. He made such great plays, but an outs and out.
Yeah,
So
he had
in
the
the
important home
stats, what I'm saying is in the stats and outs and out. If you watched every game like a St. Louis Cardinals fan, you know what Ozzy Smith did and what he was for the city, what he was for this team. But elsewhere, the stats aren't going to show his
Also
awesome.
played during, Whitey ball era. He played during the small ball era. It wasn't all about. It was a different Major League Baseball then. Guys used to look like your dad's skinny friend that smokes cigarettes in the driveway and watched him work on
Well,
the
yeah, we were
carburetor.
watching that,
It's crazy.
what's the Pine Tar incident?
Yeah, all those dudes.
All those dudes back in the early 80s.
Yeah, man, they looked like they were smoking cigarettes in the dugout. Like
They probably
it was
were.
different. It was a different athletic build for baseball.
I also thought it was cool that at Busch Stadium was the turf. And
Yeah.
it played like no other field, with the exception maybe of where Minnesota played.
It's kind of wild, dude.
But it was kind of wild to see them field those balls on
Kind of
that
wild. Man.
turf.
You got Rex Hudler running full speed and diving and smashing on basically just green concrete.
Burning his arms up.
Yeah. All right, discuss amongst yourselves. That's the according to the Sporting News, the St. Louis Goat Mountain. All right, sports presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Now hiring. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com/careers page. The Twins came to town yesterday and beat the Cardinals 3-2 last night. The Twins scored first in the fifth inning after Tommy Edman made a throwing error. Nolan Arenado had an RBI single in the sixth to tie the game at 1-1, but Minnesota took the lead for good in the seventh when a pinch hitter hit a two-run single off Miles Michaelis, making it 3-1. Tyler O'Neill wound up hitting a solo home run in the ninth, but it was too little too late.
Dude, if anything summed up the Cardinals season, it was that Walker play last night where he broke his bat, beat the throw, missed first base, got all the way to third, and then they called him out. And I go, that's the season it's personified in one play.
So they play each other again tonight at 6:45 down at Busch. Now, as far as the trade deadline goes, the Cards were busy yesterday. First, the Cardinals traded Paul DeJong to the Blue Jays just before 1 o'clock. In return, the Cards got a pitching prospect. Paul DeJong played 7 seasons with the Cardinals. Then, I'm talking minutes before the 5 o'clock deadline yesterday, the Cardinals finalized the deal with Baltimore, sending Jack Flaherty over there for 3 prospects, an infielder and 2 pitchers. No, it's not the sexy deal. Everybody was kind of, we're going to get a player now. This is a total thing for off-season plays.
Mm-hmm. It's just such an interesting thing you have to do it this way because you're like, man, we need pitching. So we get rid of our 3 best pitchers, arguably. And you're like, well, that's
this is all to
interesting-
set up
Yeah.
off-season moves. So basically, it's the Cardinals throwing in the towel for the year. We're going to rebuild for next year. We'll make some moves during the off-season. But DeJong gone, Flaherty gone. No surprises there. And other trade news from yesterday. So Max Scherzer was first to get traded out of New York. He went to the Rangers. And now Justin Verlander is no longer a Met. He's headed back to the Astros. Boy, everybody was high up on the Mets with Scherzer and Verlander.
They were there.
The money they spent, they were the champs. Did you see what he said, though? He gave away some of their, like, basically the Mets from Scherzer said that they're not going to be a solid team till 2026 is kind of their goal.
So Verlander joined the Mets last winter on a 2-year, $86.7 million contract in free agency after 5.5 years with Houston. He won 2 World Series with Houston. In the deal, the Mets got 2 prospects from the Astros. New York is expected to cover a significant chunk of Verlander's salary in the deal.
Yeah, we still, like DeYoung, we're still paying a decent amount on that.
I saw that too. And finally, season ticket memberships. They're not calling it just season tickets. It's season ticket memberships are on sale now for your St. Louis Battlehawks for 2024. So they start at $25 per game per seat for 5 home games. So very affordable. The membership gets you access to events with players, priority access to the Dome, discounts on other tickets, and 20% off all gear at xflshop.com. It's a pretty good deal.
That's awesome.
So Battlehawks tickets are on sale now. All right, that is your sports. All right, we got a couple minutes left. Moon, 2 or 3 emails, if you would, that the people have sent over. Rizz Show at 1057thepoint.com.
Emails brought to you by Big Dick's Brick Mailbox. There's no box too big or too small. Big Dick's does them all. Thanks a lot, Moon. The Deftones are by far my all-time favorite band. Digital Bath is my absolute favorite song to make sweet, sweet love to, and ever since you pointed out that the snare drum sounds like a racquetball, all I can think of during that song is sweaty, overweight, middle-aged men wearing a sweatband around their forehead and challenging me to a game of racquetball.
Well, now everybody's got to go home and listen to the song.
You have now ruined the sexiest song ever created by mankind. Shame on you. I apologize.
I didn't realize that was a sexy song.
It is a sexy
I
song.
need to
You got to
listen
make
to
me
a little
find the
different.
song.
But it does sound like a racquetball snare, and that's why I love it. I love the sound of a racquetball. It's just there's a racquetball quality to it. It's gated, but it's
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Hi, Aaron.
you hear there's just a little bit of reverb on that bottom snare. It's just
All right, next.
sounds great. Morning, fellas.
Morning.
Listening to yesterday's podcast and wanted to second the recommendation for Vivola Express. Some of the best sandwiches in the city, tucked away in a corner of an unassuming strip mall. There's a bakery outlet and some other things you can see from the
I gotta
road.
hit that up.
Get there as early as you can because the line can get pretty long, but it does tend to move quickly. Only open from about 11 to 2 each
Can I buy a
day.
speed pass?
There's an Italian family that runs it, and they could not be nicer. Try the Ghost Pepper Havarti. It'll change your life.
You know, that's a party. When there's Havarti. Oh, yeah.
Ghost Pepper Havarti.
Ghost Pepper
Havarti
Havarti.
party.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody said this yesterday. Like, they just have, like, set menu. So, like, here's a sandwich for the day.
That's what the Sandwich Club guy said.
Really?
I-
So you
like-
don't even get a choice.
I don't know. I don't know.
He said,
I
he
don't know. I
said
don't know
you
if
can
that's.
ask him to make specific things.
I don't know if that's true or not.
That's kind of fun.
I do kind of like that.
That makes the lines go
What's the
really
sandwich
quick.
of the day? Yet people will still go, I don't know what I want. There's one sandwich, idiot.
Yeah.
Here's what you're getting.
They do one a day?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. They should, though. Maybe I'll open up a sandwich shop where you get one sandwich. That's it.
It's called You Get What You Get.
You get what you get.
Uh-huh.
You get what you get deli.
Get out.
I'll take. No, you'll take this and like it. Dummy. Next. Cash only.
Take this. Sandwich shop.
Cash only. Do I get to pick my toppings? No.
No. You get what you get.
Get what you get. And you don't always get them all. It seems like we would just put all the toppings on and you deal with it. Sometimes you get all. Sometimes you get none. Sometimes you get 3 out of 5.
You get what you get.
But you
No
don't get to
complaints.
say it.
No complaints. Next.
Sounds like Dad's deli.
You guys are
That would
always.
be a great.
Oh, you're not next to me?
No, that's a great sandwich place concept. You get what you get.
Instead of Mom's deli, it's Dad's deli.
Yeah.
Would you just call it what you get?
You get what you get.
Just what you get.
It's what you get. Yeah.
We're overthinking it here, boys.
I would love for you to be behind the counter and have somebody say, "Hey, can you?" And before
No.
they even, you get what you get.
You get what you get. This is what I'm making you. That's how I operate the kitchen at my house.
Exactly.
Can you say
Actually.
it with an Italian accent?
You get what you get. It's almost the same as you get what you get.
Hey, Chef Rizz, what are we having today? You get what you get.
You get what you get.
Whatever you get.
What's for dinner, Dad? This is what's for dinner. Can I? No, you getting what you getting.
That would be a fun.
That's how it operate. That's how it operates at my house.
It's like seasonal fruit, like whatever's just seasonally in at the Chef Rizz spot.
Yeah.
That's what you just walk up and
It's
go.
not even that.
It's small, medium, or large.
Here's
get what
what I feel like making. That's it. You get what you get.
But you can't even tell people. It's like there's no like daily sign like on the menu today. It's just a wrap sandwich, small, medium, or large. You get what you get. You know what? Don't even open it before you get out the door.
Thinking
Get
of
in
a
your
food
damn
truck
car.
idea.
Yeah.
That's a great food truck idea. Huh.
What's over there? Oh, it's the Get What You Get truck. What do they have?
I don't
Whatever
know.
you get.
Everybody's in line. Usually it's good. All right. Well, it's 8:42. All right. We got to take one final break. We'll come back. We're going to wrap her up. All right. That is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Thank you all for tuning in. It was a busy show today. Action packed. Today's Pappy's Recappy.
Brought to you by Pappy's Smokehouse, St. Peter's, your summer barbecue headquarters, Highway 70 and Mid Rivers Mall Drive. Check out everything that we covered on the show today. We had a lot of fun with the game. We went into Simpleton Trivia, and we threw a nice little twist.
Dude, it was awesome.
Some of us looked
cool.
Yeah,
Scott did
some
so
of
good.
us looked awesome and brilliant and so cool. Make sure you check out the socials as well at RIZZ Show, especially on Twix, Twitter, X, whatever it is. Because today was it's a little bit different. It's Wednesday. We usually do it on Thursday, but we're not going to be here tomorrow. So we did Freak of the Week. It's Freak of the Year playoffs,
Freak
baby.
of the Year playoffs, baby. Round 1.
4 big ones up there against each other in the second playoff round. Make sure you vote. We're going to leave it up for a couple days. Usually it's only up there for about, 22, 23, 24 hours. But we're going to throw it up for the entire weekend. Make sure you weigh in. This is a big deal.
It's important.
A big, important deal.
Yes, it is.
1057thepoint.com/Rizz. Today the podcast title is?
It is the last one you sent. Sorry.
The last one you sent. We got it.
I don't have my computer
Tougher
here.
than a
3 times 9.
Tougher than a woodpecker's lips.
There we go. Thank
Tougher than a
you.
woodpecker's lips. And by the way, your vote for the Freak of the Year, probably the most important vote you'll ever make.
Ever.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Truly.
Just
Truly.
putting it out there.
Rock the vote, man.
Don't forget, Moon and King Scott at EPC. Their summer sale up there in St. Charles on Saturday from 10 to noon. Got a whole bunch of giveaways and say hi to the fellas.
Tons of stuff. They're going to have 15% off of all refurbished computers, laptops, iPads. There's $10 off all mobile screen repairs, reduced sales tax, and more. So if you have any sort of mobile screen repair that you need, this is your spot. Plus, they provide free food, free drinks, and you can register to win a 3D printer. We were talking about the 3D printers.
Yes.
So come up 10 to noon. It's always a big event. Last year was huge. This is the end of summer sale and the beginning of the new school year. So it's back to school time. Get that stuff happening Saturday. They're going to be doing it from 9 to 2.
Is that the tax-free holiday this Saturday, too?
Well, they're going to have, there is reduced sales tax. I don't know if it's tax-free holiday.
Reduced sales tax.
They do have reduced sales tax and more. Again, they're going to be doing it from 9 to 2 on Saturday. We will be there 10 to noon, passing out even more free point stuff.
Ooh.
Nice.
Rafe?
If you're looking for something to do this weekend, my buddy Sean Murphy is at Helium. Very funny comedian out of New York. Catch him now in a small venue because he's going to blow up. And I'll be hosting, I don't know how far our signal goes, but I know I'll be in DuQuoin, Illinois. I'll be down in the home stomping grounds hosting my uncle had a stroke, and they're doing a fundraiser for him. They're having a big party and tons of giveaways. So if you're from down in the Soil area, I will be home this weekend. Come by and say hi.
Cool. And also, don't forget, a week from Friday is the Pork Steak Army induction event. That's the Hot Shots in Edwardsville, Illinois, 5 to 7 on August the 11th. Get your application for the Pork Steak Army at 1057thepoint.com/Rizz.
Yes.
Bring it with you.
Yeah. Scott?
And Thursday night, come up to Helium because I'll be judging some great humor there. And then also I'll be judging Battle of the Bands on Sunday. So come out to Busch Stadium. Hang out.
Dang, you're a judge.
I know. I get to judge.
All right. We leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz Member of the Day, which is brought to you by Hot Shots, proud sponsor of Team Rizz. From